that towel off your shoulder.
We had 2 graduates, Thomas and another kid, and I literally, it's the only time I've ever.
All right, we're live.
I literally.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready, buddy.
When they came up to get their stuff, I made them sit
We're
down.
live.
Way too loud for you?
Beautiful. Good to talk to you. Yeah, man.
You ready?
On there.
I'm about to put on my Kings Mountain.
I like it. I like it.
Well, I just realized that I didn't hit the button, so let me do this all over
Okay.
again. Welcome to Burns
Here we go.
High School. That was the practice run. Lawndale, North Carolina. I'm Drew Fulton along with Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short, Jeff Johnson. Game 3 of the 2023 season and the second game of a 3-game road trip. Gentlemen, are we ready?
We're ready, man. I think we are. How about you, Craig?
Yeah, I feel good. Glad to be here. Said a second ago, I just blessed. It's a great night. Feels a lot better this week than last week. How about you, Jeff?
Muy bien. Very good. Excelente.
Hey,
I like it.
Jeff is laid back tonight.
Jeff is laid back.
I'm telling you right now, it feels a whole lot better than it did up there at Cox Mill.
Hey, you know what else? What
Yeah.
else? We're real close to the concession stand this week.
Most
So if
definitely.
we get thirsty, we can get something right here.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we're here in Lawndale with what should be a good game, a county matchup started back in 1968. In recent years, the Mountaineers have done well against the Bulldogs. We're 7-3 in the last 10 meetings. Last time we lost to Burns was 2016 at John Gamble. Last time we lost here in Ron Green Stadium was 2015. That was a 20-15 loss. I believe you were on the coaching staff.
I was
at that
on the
point.
staff. I
So
remember
we're
that game.
We're blaming that on you.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Guys, we've got the pregame show. I'd like to thank our sponsors for Mountaineer Pregame. Quality Fence Solutions just down the road in Bessemer City with all your fencing needs. HSI Lane Clearing and Development. Building foundations and building your environment. Max Baxter Roofing, serving the Carolinas for over 34 years. Top quality residential and commercial roofing. Albemarle Foundation, they believe in growing the good. Bridges Hardware, all the hardware you need without leaving Kings Mountain. And Hooper Enterprises, your car dealer in town that knows that life happens and they're ready to give you a second chance. Thank you so much for all those sponsors. We'll take a break. We'll be back here with more pregame, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is brought to you by Quality Fence Solutions, HSI Land Development, Max Baxter Roofing, the Albemarle Foundation, Bridges Hardware, Hoppers Enterprise,
Welcome back to Lawndale, getting ready for the Mountaineers and the Bulldogs to tip off. I was just informed. I said, what did I say?
You said Hoopers.
I said Hoopers. It's
Hoppers.
Hoppers Automotive or Enterprises, car dealer in Kings Mountain. I think buy here, pay here. So
Yes.
they'll help out the community. Working man's friend, as
Yes,
my father
sir.
would have
There
called
you go.
it. All right, let's get started with our first segment. Let's talk about the Burns Bulldogs a little bit. They lost to Crest last week, 49-29, but Burns was only down by 10 at halftime. Burns QB number 1, Ben Mooney. You'll hear him a lot tonight. He was 9 of 17, 146 yards, 2 TD passes, but he also threw 2 interceptions. He added another 72 yards on the ground and another score. We've seen this quarterback before.
Right. How
big is this quarterback to this Burns offense?
Oh, he's everything. I mean, you take away Ben Mooney. We saw that last year when we shut him out 27-0. We have got to keep pressure on him like we did last year. Cannot let him scramble. We cannot let him have time in the pocket. He's a good quarterback. He is him when it comes to Burns. And if you can erase him out of the equation, I think it'd be a long night for Burns.
I'll echo what Lamont said. I'll tell you something that resonated with me. This kid's been good every year that he's played.
Right.
He has been clutch every year that he's played. But I saw at the scrimmage, at the jamboree, he had just a different air about him when it came like to going against South Point. I think he's better. I'm going to be honest. He looked better to me. Now, I don't know if he has as many weapons around him as he did last year.
Right.
Obviously, they're still a good team. They're still going to be a good competition. But to Drew's point, he's the hinge pin. He's who makes it tick and roll. So yes, Drew, he is that important, and it is that important that he has a good game for them.
You're supposed to stop, keep talking. I'm actually fooling with something.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
We shouldn't, look past Jeremiah Norris in the backfield.
Oh, no.
Right.
For the Burns. 12 carries last week, 1 score, 92 yards on the ground, a 5'7", 150-pound senior. He's working on just over 1,500 yards in his season for 2 seasons starting for Burns right now. One of the first tasks after stopping the quarterback's got to stop this gentleman.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Drew, what I was going to say. Sorry, Mont. I was going to say, Drew, I don't know if you've got the stats of the receiver, but I was going to say there were 2 players aside from Mooney that stood out to me in that South Point scrimmage. Now, again, that's the only thing I've seen,
right.
But South Point is very formidable. I saw the running back and a receiver who both were very good. They were fast. They were smart on the field. They helped Mooney a lot. So I would say that those are 2 players we definitely have to watch.
And 2 things to piggyback on that, Craig, is that, number one, what's surprising me, and I know Coach Devine and probably have a scheme for this game, but Mooney ran the ball more last week against Crest than number 3. And number 3 only got 12 touches. That's really surprising to me. That they're running Mooney more this year on design quarterback, draw, read, sweeps. And, of course, when things break down, he makes plays happen with his legs. And so that's very surprising to me. Number 2, I think their receiving core is good. I think that they're young. But last week really surprised me. But also that game came down to some fumbles.
Yes.
And some
I'm telling
you, if you would have turned it around, changed that, then it may not be a 49-29, 20-point win.
I agree with you. I want to say real quick, Drew, what did you say his yardage was on those carries? The running back.
Norris, I don't have 12 carries, 1 score, 92 yards.
All right, so 92 yards. Think about that, man. Yeah. That is almost 8 yards a clip.
It is.
So, you think about –
that's why I was surprised
that's
that
what I'm saying.
12 touches.
He's only got 12 touches and 92 yards. That says a lot. Right. So there's that thing. What I was going to say, too, Lamont, to your point, is we were keeping up with the score last week, and some of our fans were watching it or streaming, whatever, and they were talking about how close the game was.
Oh, yeah.
And that really – and the score told us that, but as watching it play out through the messages we were receiving, I think they turned it over a couple times. Maybe a couple guys got banged up and had to come out defensively.
Right, that's what I heard.
So,
like
three. I don't think they're out.
Have you heard it?
I haven't heard, but I do know this. I think that affected it too. So, Crest is a good team, so they took advantage of that stuff. So, I'm with you.
And you can't make mistakes against a Crest team either.
No,
they're so powerful and dominant on offense.
Guys, let's also, you mentioned a little bit, Kamari Surratt, 5 catches last week, 70 yards. Got to be one of the biggest threats that they have, as wide receiver.
Number 19, yes. And he's a senior, so he was here last year. I really believe that. But I think everything moves with Mooney.
Yeah.
If we can contain and shut down Mooney, that offense is shut down.
And I will say on that point, Lamont, it looks like that's been our plan the last few weeks, or years rather.
Yeah.
That we've been able to get pressure on him and affect him, and in doing that, we've been able to, I won't say dictate the pace, but we've been able to play our game.
Well, and we saw it last year that he never really settled down.
He didn't.
I mean, he was missing passes that there's no way he would have missed.
Yeah.
But he wasn't setting his feet, and I think that's because of our front. We was on him, like, as soon as he got the snap, we was on him.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the type of pressure I'm sure he will see tonight.
Exactly.
Well, guys, let's take a break. We'll thank our sponsors. We'll be back for more Mountaineer pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here. It's KMHS Sports, presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is brought to you by Quality Fence Solutions, HSI Land Development, Max Baxter Roofing, the Albemarle Foundation, Bridges Hardware, Hoppers Enterprise,
Back here in Lawndale, Mountaineers and Bulldogs getting ready for some action. Let's just go over and talk about the Kings Mountain side of the ball real quick. The Mountaineers traveled to Concord last week and beat the Coxmill Chargers 37-13 in a sweltering heat. Kings Mountain 13 of 26 passing, 195 yards in the air. Pounded the ball, 39 carries, 165 yards. Mountaineers moved the ball, but it felt like they kind of stalled out, maybe left some points on the field last week.
No doubt. I think that they would tell you that they missed some opportunities. But what I would add to that is what I was impressed with. I'm sure you were going to say something about this and still may a little bit. I think our field goal operation helped us a lot, and we still were able to get some points, and some of those came at critical times.
Yeah.
Like at one time it was 14-13, and we were able to nail one and make it 17-13. So we had a few that stalled. There were some plays that we didn't make. On the coaches show Wednesday, Coach talked about that. But here's the thing. We still did a lot of really good things. Josiah had a really good night with all the yards he had. I thought Zolo had a good night throwing the ball. Our receivers left a few out there, I think, but we still had a few good connections. And then finally, and I'll let Lamont talk.
You're good.
Finally, I was going to say, our defense played great.
Yeah.
I mean, when you consider their motor was running the whole time,
right,
and we literally gave up one score. The other score they got was off of a kickoff return. So we gave up one offensive touchdown for them, and it was really on a busted play, I think. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah, and I think, Craig, you will agree, and Drew, you will agree. I think all of us agree, especially with Coach Herron. There's no excuses, right?
Right.
But that heat had an effect on our guys.
Well,
I mean, think about it.
They ran in Lamont. You said earlier. Tell them what you said in the pregame.
They pull up at 5:30, 5:45. Yeah. And they are on the back side of metal aluminum bleachers.
Yeah.
Underneath in the shade, and there was no wind.
Yeah.
It was just hot.
Yeah.
So they didn't have no locker room to enter in.
Right.
They had no nothing. So they was there from 5:30ish, 5:45ish, all the way to kick off at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that was draining.
Well, Coach Herron made point of that at the coaches show, stating they tried to schedule their time coming in the stadium. They knew what conditions they were going to have,
right.
So they didn't want to get there too early.
Right. I don't think they knew that they weren't going to have a locker room.
Well, no. I mean, here's what I say.
Right.
There was somebody that responded to me on Facebook. They weren't being rude or anything. They just were like, it's not required to give dressing. No, I agree.
Right.
But here's my thing. It was so incredibly hot last week. You could have at least.
Exactly.
At Kings Mountain, we would have said, hey, guys, let's go in the mini gym.
Yeah.
Get partially ready in there, be in a little bit of cool air before you go out. Because, I mean, they did that stuff on purpose.
At the end of the day, they're kids.
They are, and you should just be more hospitable. And that's what bothered me. I mean, when you've got football players getting ready for a game and having to use the same restroom as fans are having to use, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
And then beyond that, it was so incredibly hot.
And then they had to walk across campus to go to the restroom.
Yes, I mean, I'm glad we got out with the win.
Right.
I think under the circumstances, we got a really good win.
I'm telling you.
And we said last week.
And the two scores, like you said, not to cut you off,
no,
the two scores, I mean, we shut them out basically.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
you take that kickoff return and just that fourth down up the gut.
They got us on a blitz.
They did.
Plain and simple.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Zolo last week. 16 of 34 of the season, 233 yards in the air. And we did see a little bit of T.J. Armstrong at the end of the game last week as well. He was 5 of 7, 67 yards on the season, and threw a touchdown pass last week. So that was good that he had a little time. Let's talk about the quarterback play. Impressed? Not impressed? Work in progress?
I think we're progressing. I think Zolo, again, I have to go back to the heat. I don't want to use excuses, but I think, he missed some passes, but overall I think he had a good game. He just had one turnover, I think, an interception. I think the quarterback play is progressing, and I think that's what Coach Herron wants to see. I like the way Zolo has. I think he hit a dime down the field, got him in the red zone. Yeah. He was commanding the offense. Let's go.
He had the skinny post across
exactly.
For the score.
And, I was very impressed with T.J. Armstrong. We have seen T.J. Last year, he backed up Lamar, but we saw T.J. come in 4 for 4, took him down the field. Very impressed for a sophomore. And I think Coach Herron said that on the coaching show, that really stood out for him. And we know that T.J. has a good arm. And so I think that as long as they don't let things get in their head and they be good teammates, team before self, I believe we're going to be okay with the quarterback.
I think Zolo did a good job of managing the offense. He's still learning it. He's still seeing how it clicks. It's pretty complex.
Right.
The only critique I have of him from last week, I think there were a few times when he could have pulled it and run the ball, and he tried to throw it when he didn't have to. That's what I think.
Right. It's like he got caught thinking out there.
Yeah, I think crazy to say, but I think he thought too much a couple times.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, he executed and got all but one of the touchdowns for us, and the field goals, of course.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Greg, because it seemed like he was more poised and more free at the Shelby game.
Yeah.
Get the Cox Meal.
Yeah.
And again, it could have been heat.
Yeah, I agree.
But it seemed like he was thinking more,
being
more methodical.
I agree with that. It's almost like he might have tried to force a few things too much.
Right.
And look, I'm glad that TJ came in and led the game, led him down the field.
Yeah.
But I will say this: he was fresh as the morning dew.
He was,
which is bad for Cox Meal because I mean he executed that drive tremendously.
He did.
But I mean, think about it. He's fresh, brother.
He's fresh.
He's going right down. He's connected.
And I think what Coach Herron loved about it, just the confidence. Sophomore, you got in there.
Yeah.
You get an opportunity. When you're a backup quarterback, you only get limited opportunities.
Yeah.
And he took advantage of his.
Guys, let's talk about the workhorse last week, Josiah Hill. I mean, what more can you say about this tough kid? He's tough as nails, 29 carries, 115 yards. Most of those yards were not easy yards either. He had to pound it through there, but he fought for everything he got Friday. Man, hands down, a great job by Josiah Hill last week.
Yeah, we got a 1-2 points. We may have to call them Thunder and Thunder.
I'm telling you.
With him and Teddy, because both of them hits the hole hard. And Josiah is just one of those big backs that hits the hole hard, as Coach called him JoJo.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some mojo last week.
And I'm going to tell you something else. There's another one that's just as good as them.
Right.
This is Craig's opinion, but y'all are going to agree with me. I think there's another one just as good as them that's just playing defense now. Robert Kendrick is just as good a running back as they are, and we don't have to use him. You remember what Robert Kendrick did against South Point the last 2 years and put the team on his back.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is we're deep,
right.
and the point is Josiah stepped up last week when he needed to, when a man was down. Mm-hmm. He, as I said, he got several more yards in plays that weren't there that he created. He was a horse, man.
Right. And I think, Craig, we're becoming we can't say RBU because we're not a university, but we can say RBHS.
Yeah.
We're becoming RB high school because we have another freshman, Savion Lindsay,
brother,
who is a dog.
I saw him. I've told y'all I saw him play in middle school last year.
And that's how JoJo was last year with JV. He ran similar like Savion, but Savion just a whole nother level. And I hope you guys get to see him this year, maybe some mop-up time, but the guy's the truth.
I'll tell you something that makes me think of. I just thought of this. I'm a big King of Queens fan, the show. Right. And there's an episode where Doug goes back to his high school, and he's reminiscing, and Burt Reynolds plays his old high school coach.
Yeah.
And he talks about Doug Heffernan running, and I love this line. He said, he ran like he was angry at the grass. And so that's what I think about, the way they ran. That's the way that's the way it looks. I'm telling you.
Runs hard.
They run hard, and it's a good problem to have
Right.
that we have the depth.
Exactly.
We're blessed because
Exactly.
a lot of teams do not have it.
No.
I'm glad we do.
Well, guys, let's switch to the other side of the ball, talk about the defense. We gave up 13 points last week, but as you highlighted, it felt like we gave them those points, so we spotted them 13 last week.
Right.
Is the defense still a work in progress? Or last week, do they look?
Yeah, Coach Carroll is never going to be happy. Especially, and you can talk more to this what Coach Herron talked about on the show. But I think overall they see the progression. We know the defense is ahead of the offense, and in the other years it's been the same way. But I think they want to clean up those mistakes. If it's offsides, if it's the penalties, whatever it is, I think they just want to clean that up. And again, control the gap. I think what Coach Herron says that we want to get up field. We want to get field so much instead of making sure we play that gap play. And you know as well as I know, we saw the East Lincoln. If they hit that gap just right, they're gone.
Well, and you are 100% right on everything you just said. And I will tell you, I'm by no means the best defensive coach ever,
right.
But I have coached a lot of defense and a lot of defensive line, and I've coordinated.
Right.
And I will tell you that I've always run a gap control defense like
right.
they're running. And when you run a gap control defense, you have to be very disciplined.
Have to be disciplined.
And what happens is when you're dealing with high school kids,
all
their lives of football, the little league football and all.
Go get them. Go get them.
They've been taught see ball, get balls.
Yep.
See ball, get balls.
Yep.
And you have to break them of those habits.
Right.
Because as Coach and I talked about Wednesday night and last Wednesday, when you don't maintain gap integrity,
right,
whether it's the outside or the inside, when you don't maintain gap integrity, you create natural running lanes.
Exactly.
Now they're going to get them sometimes. Sometimes they're just going to beat you.
Oh yeah.
They're going to beat you on the block, and they're going to create them themselves. But you don't need to help the offense.
Right.
And so what I think Coach Carroll are trying to do is teach these young men to play, because here's the other thing.
Right.
We are fast and we are physical up front. And sometimes fast and physical attribute to getting upfield too far.
Exactly.
You got to stay at home.
Exactly.
So, Drew, to your point, I don't think it's necessarily a work in progress. I'm sorry. I think it's continuing to evolve, but in a positive way.
Taking that next step.
3.5 sacks last week, fumble recovery, 8 tackles for loss, with the Mountaineers flying all over the field. It's hard to pick one guy on the defensive squad who's leading this team. You got Armstrong, Simpson, Melton, Curie. I mean, who is standing out to you right now?
Yes.
I mean, who's that impact player?
Everything, all the above. I think it's by committee, and I think that's what they want. They don't want this to be about one guy shining. I think they want this about, as he was talking about with them doing a mission statement, they want it about community. They want it all about a team. And so you got those guys who are leading up front. As long as they can stay as a nucleus and play as a team, I think that's the goal of what Coach Herron and Coach Carroll want on that defensive side.
Yeah. And again, it's a good problem to have depth, and it's a good problem that they are playing together as well as they are because it takes the pressure off of other guys.
Right.
Well, let's take a break. When we come back, if Jeff Johnson's still with us and not eating nachos, we'll check in with him on the field conditions and the temperatures down there on the field. We'll also come back for what would Coach Klein do. So stay with us. We've got more Mountaineer pregame right after this.
All right.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is brought to you by Quality Fence Solutions, HSI Land Development, Max Baxter Roofing, the Albemarle Foundation, Bridges Hardware, Hoppers Enterprise,
Back here live at Burns High School, Ron Green Stadium, getting ready for the Mountaineers And the Bulldogs. Jeff, are you with us at all? Are you here? Are you eating nachos? What are you doing?
I am not eating nachos. Nope.
Give us a kind of what's field conditions? How's it feel down there?
It feels good. Like Lamont said earlier, the temperature is much nicer than it was the last couple of weeks. The grass is not as short as it is at home. Of course, we got turf at home, but
right.
I'm sure they're wanting to slow us down a little bit. But field conditions look good.
Good.
Well, guys, let's find out what Coach Klein would do. Let's put up the graphic if I can.
It's my favorite graphic that you have.
Take off one. And put
I only wish that Henry Winkler, a.k.a. Coach Klein, was a little larger.
That's as large as I can make it. All right, let's give it to Craig this week.
Yeah.
You have Burns.
Okay.
What would you do to beat the Mountaineers tonight?
Ball control. I think I would take it. I would try to keep it out of their hands. I know they are a wide open, basically spread offense with Mooney, but I would probably dink and dunk a little bit and try to just control the clock, because I would try to limit Kings Mountain's possessions. On defense, I would play what we've been talking about. I would try to play a gap control defense to where they're not allowing us, or we don't allow them to gash us with the running backs they have, and the linemen that they do. That would be my game plan coming in, to be aggressive but be under control, and on offense play a clock management type game.
Let's go to the other side of the ball. Lamont, you're giving the reins to the Mountaineers. How do you come out victorious tonight?
Yeah, I think if I'm Coach Carroll, the game plan is basically to make sure we put pressure on Mooney all night long. Don't let him breathe. If we shut down Mooney, we shut down the Burns offense. On the offensive side, I believe Coach Bolton is going to say to the quarterbacks, manage the game. No stupid turnovers, no thing. We got to punt, we'll punt, and we're going to take what Burns give us. If we see that they're weak, can't handle the run, then we're going to run it down their throat. And then what we're going to do is have them to somehow close in on the run, and then we're going to play action and basically throw it over the top. But again, that's the whole thing that we're going to do. We're going to manage the game, no stupid turnovers. If we can do that, and again, I believe we can tire out this Burns team, because I don't think they got the numbers to last and be pounded all night long when we get to the fourth quarter.
I agree.
Guys, let's look at some scores last week. East Lincoln over Forest View, 39-8. No surprise there. Shelby comes real close with AC Reynolds. We thought AC Reynolds, may have at least a two score on Shelby, but 28-21, AC Reynolds beat Shelby. South Caldwell 50, RS Central 16. No surprise. West Lincoln pounded Cherryville 68-7. Crest 49, Burns 29. Hickory Grove 42, Highland Tech 0, East Gaston 34. Coban Community 7, Bessemer City 6, North Gaston 10. The Wildcats gets their first win. Hunter Huss 19, High Brighton 22. And I believe we're doing national anthem.
Yeah, moment sounds. Then I think
okay.
national anthem.
We'll pause. We'll come back right after this.
Please remain standing as we honor America with our national anthem. Tonight, the anthem will be presented by the Burns High School Marching Dogs Band. The colors will be presented by the Burns High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard under the direction of Colonel David Johnson and Chief Master Sergeant Lisa Phillips. Please remain standing until the colors have left the viewing area.
There you go with the national anthem here at Ron Green Stadium. As we're about 12, 11 minutes away from kickoff. Let's just quickly run through some of the games tonight for the Caldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West Just In Time Plumbing scoreboard. Tonight a big one, South Point at Charlotte Christian. Comments? You still
I'm gonna tell you what I said at the beginning. I'm interested in that one. I don't know. I mean, South Point was off last week. They've had 2 weeks to get ready for Charlotte Christian.
Right.
I don't think Charlotte Christian is one of the strongest private schools there.
Right.
But I don't know.
It's a toss-up.
That's a toss-up. I'll say this. Just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna go the Red Raiders.
Well, the reason why I'm going with the Raiders is because of Blee.
Yeah.
I don't know if the way that man ran last year against Dudley.
And what I was going to tell you too, I don't know that Christian, the teams they play, they don't see that type of offense. So I think it's going to be tough.
And he's a sophomore, but he's a man.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about another one that could be a coin toss. Providence, 1-1 Providence at 1-1 Hunter Huss.
If that was Providence Day, I'd go Providence Day all day long.
Most definitely.
Providence, I'd say it's a toss-up. So we'll stay in the conference. I'll go with the Huskies.
Same here, and plus the Huss is at home.
Yeah.
East Gaston at Stuart Kramer.
Warriors.
Yep, all day. East Gaston. Stuart Kramer, I think they're struggling. I think they're trying to find a quarterback and everything, so they've lost a lot. So East Gaston all day.
And Forest View at Freedom. Both teams looking for their first win.
I'm going to tell you, from our defensive coordinator at Blacksburg has been at Freedom, and he says they are really down. He says they've got no linemen at all.
Right.
I'm going with the Jaguars. I think Coach Medlin gets his first win tonight. They get off the Schneid.
That's I agree with that. I think Forest View goes 1-2. After tonight.
The other county game, what would you say, about 20 miles from us, Crest travels to Shelby.
Well, let me say real quick, Lamont, I heard you take your breath, but I got an update from my main man, Lenny Wright.
Yeah.
Lenny Wright says Shelby is a 24-point underdog, according to Simmons, to Crest. And South Point's 21-point dog to Charlotte Christian. I would like to see the Golden Lions win tonight.
Yep.
I hope they do, but I just don't know that they're deep enough.
I don't think they're there yet. I think they're still young. Their youth is going to show tonight. I got to go with Crest. But again, anything can happen with the Shelby Crest game and a Cleveland County rival. But I'm going with Crest.
Well, guys, let me ask you a question before we move on. I know we don't have much time, about 7 minutes before kickoff. You know, iron sharpens iron. You know, these schools, especially in the conferences, they don't have a lot of competition, like to schedule the best games they possibly can, you know, before the conference starts. Now, I know they want to schedule good games so they can see good competition. However, where is the line drawn between giving confidence to your team to go out there and pull off some victories?
I believe, you know, if the team now that doesn't have anything to lose is Shelby. And Shelby should play free tonight. That's why I think that Crest could be in trouble if they go out there not focused, not disciplined.
The pressure's definitely on them,
exactly.
not Shelby.
I believe that, you know, Shelby probably can pull an upset. I mean, it's going to take some miracles. But, again, Crest has to be undisciplined. They got to be, you know, start listening to all the hype. They beat Gaffney. They beat Burns. You know, if that happens, anything can happen over there at Shelby Stadium.
And let me say this. Speaking of that, what we've seen, Shelby can score. Now, they've not scoring in droves, but Shelby can score. And Crest has given up points. They've not shut anybody down.
Exactly.
And so if you give them a shot and this stays kind of close, anything could happen.
I'm telling you, anything can happen.
Let's talk one more conference game. West Meck tonight travels to Ashbrook. West Meck comes in 1-1. Ashbrook still looking for the first win of the season. They were off last week as well.
Yeah, we saw West Meck in the scrimmage. We got to see them. They are not as good as they should be. Let me put it that way. And I think Ashbrook is down. This is actually kind of a toss-up between these two teams. I would say, where is the game? Is it at Ashbrook?
It's at Ashbrook.
I'm going to say that probably – I'm going to say West Meck might be just a hair better.
Right.
But maybe so. I'm gonna go with the Red Hawks.
Lincolnton tonight at East Lincoln.
Mustangs
all day.
Avery County travels all the way down the mountain to Bessemer City.
Avery. I've seen Avery on film.
Yeah.
I've seen the Avery Cherryville film.
They're going to be too much for
Avery.
Bessemer City.
Well, they're big.
Yeah.
They're somewhat fast. With Bessemer, I'm sorry, Shane, not having a quarterback. I think that's going to be too much.
Right.
Newton Conover travels to East Rutherford tonight. East Rutherford is 1-1, so they've gotten their. It looks like at least their program's headed in the right direction.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Red Devils are down this year, so I'll go with the Cavaliers.
Yeah. I'm with you, Craig.
Hendersonville at East Henderson. I'll throw this out there. It's Apple Festival time.
Oh, yeah.
In Hendersonville. So both of these schools looking for their first win, 0-2 for both of them. Hendersonville at East Henderson.
Know nothing about either team, so I'm going to go with Hendersonville.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
I'll go with the one that's just the name of the place.
Right.
Fred T. Ford at West Lincoln.
Oh, running clock. Rebels will destroy them
all day.
I've seen them on film too.
Right.
This week against Cherryville. West Lincoln's good. They don't have as much speed as they have the last couple of years,
right.
But they run their offense well. Gideon Allen playing quarterback and safety, they're good.
Right.
I threw this one in there because I thought it would be good. J.M. Robinson, 2-0, travel to Concord, 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a good game.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
They should be rivals. I don't know that for certain, but they should be.
They are. Yeah, they're in the Concord
probably,
area, right?
Yeah, and Robinson's just a newer school.
Right.
That's the team that knocked us out several years ago when the game before the semifinals.
Right. And they beat us at home, right?
They did. So I think they're better. I don't know much about either one. So
they have always had those quarterbacks. You remember what was his name? Was it Blue Monroe or something like that? We beat them in COVID. The COVID year, the spring.
We
What's
did.
his name? Blue Monroe, something like that.
Monroe.
I think he went to Western Carolina.
He was a dude.
But they've always had that athletic running quarterback.
Yeah.
Blacksburg traveled to Cherryville.
Yeah, go Wildcats.
Yep.
We're trying to get a win over the Ironmen tonight.
That's right.
Seen them on film all week.
JV won last night, right?
JV won last night in double overtime. First win in 2 years. So big time for the Bulldogs. I'm about to say Bulldogs. I'm looking at Burns. So I got to go with the place I work every day. So I got to go with Blacksburg.
All right, they're fixing to toss the coin. We'll take a break real quick. We'll come back for the kickoff. Stay with us. It's Mountaineer Sports right here on KMHS Sports right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is brought to you by Quality Fence Solutions, HSI Land Development, Max Baxter Roofing, the Albemarle Foundation, Bridges Hardware, Hoppers Enterprise,
Back here, Ron Green Stadium as we get ready for this kickoff. Guys, are we ready?
I think we are.
I believe we are.
I think these guys are ready. Did a little devotion with them earlier today. They're locked in. They're ready to go. I know that they have been prepared this week. Now they just got to go execute.
We're ready down here on the side. We're getting ready to run on and see. It's about time. Here come the Bulldogs down their hill.
Here come the Mountaineers.
Teddy's carrying one of the flags. That a baby. And our pep band just drowning them out. That's awesome.
Most definitely.
I believe that crowd mic's working tonight, Drew.
It is, most definitely. Again, for those of you who are listening to us, let us know where you are watching us from. And I don't think we said it on the outset, but Kings Mountain we did win the coin toss, and we have deferred to the second half. I don't know about you, but that gunpowder or whatever it is.
Firecracker smoke stinks.
I was going to say, we haven't smelled gunpowder smoke since we had the Mountaineer.
They used to shoot the gun.
Makes me remember M80 battles with my brother growing up.
I didn't get rid of one of those quick enough one time, about lost a finger.
Very dangerous.
Yes, they are. I'm just glad we've got wind this week, because had we been where we were last week, that smoke would stay with us all night. There was no wind. Glad you are watching us, folks, but wish you were here. It's a great night. I believe my daughter and son-in-law and grandbaby are watching up in Virginia, and parents-in-law are watching, I think they're in Kentucky tonight. Touchback, yeah. So welcome, family.
Ben Mooney will bring his offense onto the line. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Nope.
Good pursuit.
So it's only been one play so far, Drew, but you see right there, that's something Coach Heron talked about this week, getting more people to the ball. And I think we had that done pretty well. A lot of white jerseys around that one.
Well, you guys know early on they're going to try to get that ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly.
Yeah.
All the pressure we put on him last year.
Lamont's down here directing our cameras. That's good, though. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Want to make sure we got a good view at home.
Exactly.
Holding.
He'll get the ball away.
It's going to come back.
Flag on the play.
Got a hold.
Guys, is that a spot foul?
Yes.
That's nice.
So, Jeff, let's see. They're on the 12. It's thrown on the 12, so that should put them back. It'll put them inside the 5, obviously. Nope, they went from the line of scrimmage. I think now that I say that, Jeff, I believe, and Terry, you correct me if you're watching. I think they changed it in North Carolina.
It used to be
that it was a spot foul. I think it's not a spot foul anymore.
I didn't bother me because the next 2 levels.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah.
So 2nd and a long for the Bulldogs. Mooney with the pitch over on the right side. A little bit of running room. Mountaineers give pressure. He'll get a few of the yards back. Bring up a 3rd down.
Okay, keep going. You got to start first.
Brings up 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Third and long. Ben Mooney scans the field. He's got plenty of time. He takes off himself. Mountaineers giving chase. He'll get close to the first down marker.
He's about a half a yard short based on the official. They're going to punt it. It's too risky.
Yeah.
So we'll bring up 4th.
Actually, he's farther than I thought.
Yeah, he's
at my angle. He's a
right.
full,
It's
almost 2
two.
yards.
It's long too.
Yeah.
That gate for the Mountaineers will be dashed.
Hey, credit to Mooney. He helped his punter right here because that's a much better position to be punting out of than where it would have been initially.
Right.
So the punt is up. It's returnable. Oh, it's on the ground. It's still on the ground.
Did we get it?
They might have got it because it went under his butt. Yep, they got
Burns
it.
recovered it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. When it went through his hands,
Right.
He got down on it, but I hate to say it, but it was under his butt.
Right.
And because it was under his butt, he couldn't get his hands on it.
Right.
So the first turnover tonight.
So the first turnover tonight goes to the Mountaineers.
And he got the breath knocked out of him,
Yeah.
I think.
I think he went down on the ball.
Mountaineers, 37 yards. Possession will be at the 36. First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
I wonder, and I don't know what he was thinking. Obviously, I'm not him, and I'm not in his head.
Right.
But as long as that ball was in the air, I don't know why we didn't call a fair catch right there.
Turnover on the right side. Able to get a few out of it.
They give him about 8 yards.
Second and 3 for your Bulldogs. Giving him chase.
Stop was made by Zay Smith.
I didn't see who that was on the carry.
He's barely short.
Number 3, their main running back.
Norris.
Yeah.
Norris, yes.
He's about a yard, like Jeff said, about a yard short.
If that, guys, it may be a half yard.
Maybe a quick count here. Got a wing set to this side.
Gives it right up the middle. He's not going to get much.
Based on the spot, Jeff, official, what you got?
They're going to give it to him.
Okay.
That last effort, reaching out, gave it to him.
We have an official's timeout, and it will be first down.
So they'll give them first and 10.
First down for the Bulldogs. Ball spotted at the Mountaineer 26-yard line, first and 10.
Ben Mooney looking to the sidelines. And the ball off Norris once again. He's going to be quickly brought down in the backfield.
Tell you what, that was a great play by Antonio. He took on the block. He played in his gap, took on the block, kept his outside arm free, which is what you want, and got off and made the tackle. That was a great, great play.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. He might have gained. He might have gained about 6 inches.
Yeah.
passing the ball once again.
Yeah. It's the design run that they have. They're running him
Ben
more.
Mooney on the carry. Bring up another 3rd and short.
Need a big stop here, defense.
Great night for football.
It is.
It feels
But
absolutely
the sun
fantastic.
has gone down. I almost considered wearing long pants,
Oh,
but I'll save that for a couple more weeks down the road.
okay. Do you promise?
Oh, yeah, winter is on its way. Fall weather, that is. Fall, we get here before winter, of course.
And once again,
Flag
quick
on the play.
whistles.
False start.
Good.
Well, look at there.
So, guys, how much does your play call change between 3rd and 1, 3rd and 6?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yep.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Reicherts watching us tonight and Miss Georgia Moss.
Reicherts are the James Reichert is in Oklahoma,
Look at
Lieutenant
there.
Colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel James Reichert. Yes, sir. Thank you for your service.
Empty backfield, looking for the end zone.
Interception.
Broken up.
Yeah, Kamari was there. Good coverage.
Let's see. I don't know what kind of kicker they got, guys.
I don't either. I think that was
So
Kendrick back there as well.
Yeah, so that would be
Good coverage.
This would be a, let's see, be a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah, I
If they
think
go
they're
for it.
definitely for that.
That they're gonna go for it. They're probably gonna try. They may try to draw us off sides, but this would be a big stop if we can get here.
Once again, Mooney looks to pass. He's got time.
There we
but
go.
he's on the ground.
Fumble.
Ball on the ground.
There we go.
Recovered by the
Good
Mountaineers.
job. There we go. Good job. Good job.
And it depends on where they spot it. We could have got an extra 5.
Yeah, there go
on
that
fumble.
defensive line. There go that defensive line. Good job.
And I'll say this, guys, initially their line did a great job blocking.
They did.
Our coverage in the back end
Right.
was very sound.
Right. Yeah, that front line has improved from last year, Jeff, I think you would say. I think they got a water break now, right?
Yeah. I will tell you the story. We're going to a break, Drew.
Yeah, let's go to a break.
Yeah, I'll say
we'll be
when I
back
come
with more Mountaineer football right after this. Stay with us.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewitt Realty, Flooring America, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen and Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting,
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, about a 50-yard pass completed from Zolo. Who was the receiver?
Quay. And he was interfered with, what you didn't see.
Head topper.
Yeah, great catch, great throw. How we started the Shelby game. There goes JoJo. Sorry we didn't get back in time, friends. We thought they were taking a water break. The officials called for it, then they called it off.
Right.
So we thought we had a little more time there.
So Zolo went with a vertical to Quay, the first play, and of course you saw JoJo on the.
It was outside.
Right.
It was out there.
Is it flag on play?
No
flag. Okay.
I mean, what I was saying, he got the first down.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was out here to his left, but he
Right.
put it back inside. What y'all don't realize, the story of the night is going to be my headphone cable keeps running up Lamont's leg and lifting his shorts up. So
we're going to put it back here, right?
Yeah, so it's a family show. Either that or it's going to shave his legs off.
Good thing that, you know, my legs are behind this table.
Yeah,
you know.
we put it up on the table. Oh, good fake.
Quarterback keeper, he'll go right up the middle.
That's what we wanted to see last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and, you know, I would be I meant to ask Coach that if they talked about that this week in watching film, because we could see it from up top, and I know he saw it on film this week. There were several times when he did need to run it, like we said in the pregame.
Exactly.
So let's let him take control. That's going to build just as much confidence, boys.
Most definitely.
Running the ball.
2nd and 5. Zolo looks for a quick pass, incomplete.
Zolo's pass incomplete.
Just a little bit behind him.
Gash and the intended receiver.
Right.
It'll bring up 3rd down.
Gash had the right idea. He sat there in that zone. Zolo he just got it behind. We'll come back to that. That's open.
Yeah. That's what we saw last week, remember?
We just got to score.
We went right
here.
back to it, like something that was good to us.
Right.
Quick pitch for Zolo, but they need us in the backfield. He breaks the first one.
I'm going to tell you, boys.
Gets up to around the 10.
Sorry, Drew. Josiah made that happen.
Yep.
We were slow on that pitch. I don't know what Zolo did.
Is he reading the DN? And if he goes with the running back, he takes it up?
I think so. But, you know, when he decided to pitch it, it was like it was in slow motion trying to get it there to him.
Right.
What we got, Jeff? How close?
2. 4th and 2.
All right, let's go. I think we're going to go to Wildcat here probably. Wildcat.
Nope. Zolo's still in the huddle.
Is he?
Unless he goes out wide.
He'll go out wide.
Yeah, he's going out wide. Touchdown.
On the left side. Got a walk in the end zone touchdown.
Quay Sanders.
Did you see Alex Jackson's pancake block?
Yes, I did.
Sir.
Nice.
I love how Alex Jackson plays.
That big 5'7".
Gosh almighty. I love how that young man plays up front. That, Jeff, I'm going to tell you from up here, you correct me. That whole left side of our line just crushed that over to the right side.
Well, but if you watch the film from last week, we played that play to the right every time.
Right. Yeah.
And coming back to the left was a great read by Quay.
Yeah.
So the extra point is good. We'll play the fight song, and we'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, Lickety Loos, Brinkley Financial Group,
Back here getting ready for the kickoff. A quick update on some scores we've got coming.
Colwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West, just-in-time plumbing. Scoreboard. Hello, baby. Sorry, that's my daughter and my beautiful wife right over there. Highland Tech 0, Union Academy Cardinals 23, Charlotte Christian 20, South Point 8, Forest View Freedom no score, Blacksburg Cherryville no score, Avery County Bessemer no score, West Lincoln Trinity Ford no score, no score with Drone and East Burke, High Brighton West Caldwell, East Gadsden's up 7-0 over the Storm, Watauga and Maiden are tied at 7. And let's see, Shelby and Crest are at no score, but I think Lenny told me that maybe the Chargers have scored a touchdown. He also told me that they ran a kickoff back. Shelby did, and they got called back on a penalty. So that was the updates. That's so far what I've got. I will update more. Real quick, Newton Conover 8, East Rutherford 0. Lenny, if you've got other updates, shoot them to me.
With the handoff to Norris over on the left side.
That's tough sledding up in there, boys.
He is, man.
I'll tell you what, he is running hard.
Yeah, number 4, Wilkes. Y'all know number 4, Wilson, played with us last year.
Yeah. They've got another guy.
They call him Baby Grump.
They got another Ethan Guy, number 15.
Right.
Played for us before, too.
Right. He was on the baseball team that won the state, yeah. So what number is Ethan?
15.
Okay.
Ball off one more time. He's got some running room. Pulled down by a host of Mountaineers.
You know, when you play against your former team, that's just a little bit more. But he's running the ball really well. Number 4, Wilson. They call him, again, Baby Grump. But that's a nice 1-2 punch that Burns has.
Yes.
And that is most definitely lightning and thunder. Thunder and lightning.
There's talent on this team for sure.
Number 3, Nars is back in now.
Mooney.
I'm telling you, if Zay Smith did not trip him up,
he was gone.
He was gone to the house.
I saw Coach Carroll correcting him right there. Obviously he saw something that we didn't.
Exactly.
Somebody missed an assignment.
Right.
Second and short. Mooney's going to keep it himself and go straight up the middle.
Did he get it?
Yeah, I believe he's going to get it.
Based on what it's looking like from here, I think he got it.
No, he's short. He's short.
It didn't by much.
I tell you, I'm glad Mooney pulled it because
I am too,
Norris.
Norris absolutely got smashed.
He got smashed.
Mooney got hit hard too.
Did he? Okay.
Yes.
Hey, who hit him, Jeff? Who was on the tackle?
Linebackers?
Yeah. Was it Melton?
I do not know. It was crowded in.
Yeah.
So we're playing up.
Yeah.
Because Robert safety, he's all the way up.
We just got to make sure we don't get beat over top.
Just gave it to him.
That's all right. Get up. Let's go. Get up. You all right? Is that Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. Just got to be disciplined. Got to be smarter. Watch the ball.
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. After one here at Ron Green Stadium on Bleeding Blue Night.
That's the end of the first quarter.
While we're at the quarter, go ahead and give us some score updates.
Yeah, one I just want to give you that Shelby is up 7-6 over Crest. So that's a great update. Let them reset here. Still same score, South Point, Charlotte Christian. Let me apologize. Let me go back. This is the Coldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West Just-in-Time Plumbing scoreboard update. Still 20-8, Charlotte Christian over South Point. 23-0, Union Academy over Highland Tech. No score with Forest View and Freedom. No score Blacksburg Cherryville. Bessemer City 6, Avery County nothing. No score Fred T. Ford West Lincoln. East Lincoln Lincolnton. East Gaston and Stuart Kramer are tied at 7. Watauga is up 13-7 over Maiden. No score between West Meck and Ashbrook. Hunter Huss and Providence are still scoreless, according to this, and still showing 8-0 with the Newton Conover Red Devils over the Cavaliers of East Rutherford.
Also be thinking about the contest we're going to have to see if you're the biggest.
J.M. Robinson 27, Concord 0. Thank you for that update, Lynn.
We'll swap hands in the field. First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
As we start the second quarter, it's 7-0. We're the Mountaineers. We are on top. First and 10, Burns. Mooney is back in the gun. Quarterback keeper, go ahead and shut him down. Curtis Simpson was back there, number 34. Eli Lipskin on the stop.
He's going to go back and watch that. He should have pitched that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, he had a lead blocker on the running back out there.
Right.
Missed point.
Yeah, and what I saw last week too, Jeff, not to cut you off, that Mooney ran it a lot, and I think that sometimes Mooney want to do too much when he needs to let his playmakers do it as well. So, and again, he has to understand this is just the third game of the season. He needs to take care of his body. He can't withstand those hits all season long. Mooney is back in the gun again.
Feet. They'll run him out of bounds.
Still on his feet.
Got a few more score updates for our Coldwell Banker 133 West just-in-time plumbing Farm Bureau scoreboard update. Cherryville's up 14-0 over Blacksburg. Come on, Wildcats. Freedom and Forest View are tied at 7. J.M. Robinson 27-0 over Concord. And Hunter Huss, let me look at this one. My man Michael Crocker hooked me up with this one. Huss 7, Providence 13. Those are some updates recently.
Mooney with the handoff once again, right up the left side. Not many yards.
Not many yards at all. Vari is up in there. Curry and Lipskin. On the tackle.
Bring up 2nd and 9.
Also looked like it was Thomas Fair in there as well on that tackle. Yeah, we just got to keep our eye on Mooney and not let him get those. I mean, he's going to hit it, but we got to make sure we don't let him have that all time.
2nd and 9. Mooney calls the signals, looking to pass it under a little bit of pressure. He gets it away. Completed. He was just wide open.
Yeah. And that's what.
By Zay celebration, Kamari Howes made the stop for Mountaineer. Good little Highlands Concrete first down for the Bulldogs first. And goal.
Well, we lost Surratt right there.
Right.
He just kind of snuck out and came back down and ran under our coverage. They ran our other coverage off, so
yeah,
it was a great route by running us off, and then he came underneath, and by Mooney being able to he was being flushed to his right. We can't cover him forever.
Right.
So.
And Surratt's one of their targets.
He is. And the problem too there is, Mooney's he's a threat to run. So what you gonna pick your poison? You got to keep him in front of you.
Right.
Are you going to come after him, and what are you going to do? He by far set that whole drive up.
I'm sure we will adjust on that. Mooney made that happen.
That's what I'm saying.
With the long pass, with the scramble, looking downfield. Again, as Mooney goes, so goes his offense. We cannot allow him to have those scrambles, those big runs all night.
Going for the 2-point conversion. It's batted down.
No good.
No good. 6-7. The Mountaineers will lead it. We'll take a break. We'll be back here right after this. Stay with us.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewlett Realty, Flooring America, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen & Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting,
back here live at Ron Green Stadium able to put 6 points on the board for the Bulldogs. 7-6, the Mountaineers lead it. On this second county rivalry we've had this season so far.
Right.
And we will get a third at the end of the season.
We will.
That will be the test.
Mike, get off the board. That's perfect. Don't sit down on the board. That's perfect when you got it now. That's perfect. Oh, okay. Good, but that's perfect.
Still kicked a little bit short around the 30-yard line. A return by the Mountaineers.
We got some laundry on the field as well.
Here is number 27. That's Emmanuel Freeman. Or, excuse me, Feemster. And on the stop of Elijah Goods, we do have a penalty flag there.
Like it's a holding.
Holding against Kings Mountain. So still be 1st and 10.
So after the penalty yardage, the ball will be placed at the Mountaineer 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Kings Mountain.
So we'll get to see the Mountaineer offense come back out again. Zolo as quarterback. 3 receiver set. Fighting for everything he got there.
Was that Josiah? Yeah. Well, what we need to have is a sustaining drive here. We do not want to allow Burns to get any type of momentum.
Well, I was thinking they definitely, for the defense's sake, the defense has been on the field most of the game.
Yeah, we need to sustain the drive here.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind we take off 4 or 5 minutes on the clock or more. Do they look like they're pretty gassed down there? Jeff, how they look?
Quick whistles on the field.
False start,
I don't
probably.
think so.
Okay, good. But like you said, our defense has been on the field, especially with that turnover earlier.
We're just hurting ourselves.
He called that on the center because I think the center hitched before he snapped it, and then it was bad.
Second and 11.
Second and 11 for Kings Mountain. Zolo looking for a receiver. Has to scramble a little bit.
There you go. Keep running.
He's still on his feet. They're trying to bring it down, but he's pulling the pile with him.
No, actually, Alex Jackson was pulling him.
I'll take it.
That a baby. Good job, Alex.
Alex Jackson up the middle for 7 yards.
Did he report as eligible on that one?
He's taking care of his quarterback.
I like it.
Oh, okay. Alex. Great job.
3rd and 4. Zolo back to pass. Quick pass. Completed. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down.
Good job.
I'm going to tell you something. That may have been designed to go there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you another route that's on there that I just saw. UNash was right down the hash, wide open. That tight end, or he's actually a slot. A tight slot.
Yeah.
Brother, he was gone, and there was nobody running with him. So that might be something we come back to.
Is that Quay again?
Yeah.
Quick pass to the flats.
Him or Gash. I can't tell from here.
I think it's Quay.
No, Gash is over here.
Yeah, it's Quay.
Looks like a good 5-yard gain.
Gains about 4 yards. Now we're starting closer to 5. 2nd and 5 for the Mountaineers.
Back to pass once again. Oh, long throw.
Zolo is fast and
Incomplete.
Let him just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
He let him a little bit, but I'm going to tell you something, boys. That's a pretty tough throw to time that right. Because he's almost on the left hash,
right,
throwing that back across to the numbers on the other side of the right hash. I mean, that's got to be right, almost perfect.
Right.
Like last week, we missed one like that. That was a touchdown, and we came right back to it a few plays later and scored on the same play.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens. Screen,
good. Get outside.
Out of the way, umpire.
Way to turn up.
Oh, he gets tripped up.
That's okay.
That's all right. It's first down.
North and south.
Right.
About took out the umpire.
Oh, he got hit.
Oh, yeah. He's part of the field, but he sure don't want to get hit, I promise you. Wasn't there.
Handoff right up the middle.
But he made something.
Looked like he stumbled a little bit.
Well, you know what I think he did, Lamont? I agree with that. And I think, too, the hole closed so quick.
Yeah.
I give Burns credit. They closed that thing pretty quickly, and he had to try to readjust. Teddy's in.
Good.
So I guess that means he got his arm brace right there.
He got it.
He did. And you saw how fast we got to the line. I think we were hoping to catch the defense.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's good. Josiah's been toting the rock. He's probably winded too. Go get some Gatorade.
He still got us back. He got a yard.
Oh yeah.
False start on us. Yeah. While we're doing on that on penalty, I will say I need to apologize because I thought Teddy was out, and I thought that was Teddy carrying the flag in on the kickoff or the opening game, not the kickoff. So good to see Teddy's out there.
You guys can correct me, but that seemed to be one of the first plays I've seen this season where we're putting UNASH in motion while the snap's coming. I think the timing was off.
I would say so, Jeff. I will tell you, he got forced into service last week, even though he's been doing it a lot for on the defensive side. So I think it might have messed it up a little.
Good.
That's a good ball.
Good ball.
That's a great ball.
Was that the gash?
Yeah.
It was. Guys, and you remember early in the first possession, that little route that you sit down in the zone right there?
Right.
Wide open.
Right. And on the other end, he Zolo was just slightly behind him, but Gash is doing an extra job just sitting down in the zone. It's there. Wildcat time.
Keeping himself, go around the left side. He's got some great running room.
First down and then some.
First and 10, Mountaineers.
Teddy hasn't ran the ball yet, has he?
No.
Okay. I know
we've thrown a pass and run Wildcat.
Yeah. Zolo will keep it himself over on the left side.
I think they're going to be very smart with Teddy.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. Sorry, Lamont. I would say, and I believe that if knowing they've got the week off next week because of the bye, I feel pretty certain if he wasn't ready and couldn't go,
most definitely,
they wouldn't let him be out there.
I talked to Coach Herron earlier. He says, "Oh, he ready," but I think they're probably going to limit his touches for extra caution.
Well, and Lamont, because you played and you've been around this game. Game shape and practice shape are two different things. So he's probably they don't want to get him too winded either. I'm sure.
Right.
Zolo looking for the quick pass. Completed
the fat.
That was a great catch by
Fat. For the first down.
I'm going to tell you something, man. 29, their safety came up like a madman.
He did.
Dwayne Jolly, he made a great read on that ball.
Right.
And he missed an interception just by a hair.
Right. It looked like it had zip, but like it took all day to get there.
I agree with you.
Right?
Not protected.
It's not that
with me. Zolo put that right between the 1 and the 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't lob it out there, but it seemed like it took all day to get there.
Teddy.
There they go on the left side. Still on his feet.
Go down.
Good run by Teddy.
Good job.
Good 9-yard run for Jeffries. Changes his direction, goes over on the left side, still picks up the first down.
And Jeff, if you can see the time, that's what we said.
Instead of walking down here to this end,
Yeah.
clock.
I think we started we had it at
Just
9
under
minutes.
10, just under 10 minutes,
Right.
I believe, 9 and change.
He's in.
He's close.
He's just short, about a half a yard.
Second and 1. Hand the ball off right up the middle.
He's in now.
And he's in that time.
Welcome back, Teddy.
The Mountaineers will put 6 more on the board and run Max Thompson out there for the extra point. And it's up and is good. Mountaineers will put another one on the board. 14-6. Mountaineers lead here in Lawndale. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewlett Realty, Flooring America, the venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen & Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting,
Our crowd's
Back here
amazing.
at John Gamble Stadium. Give us a crowd update, Jeff.
Our crowd looks amazing. We travel well. And
Gary Stewart right there.
We
You see
feel
the
about
legend
every
Gary
seat in
Stewart
the
and
business.
Gary Smart.
Yep.
Say that again, though, Jeff. We travel well in what?
We travel well. I think we filled every seat in the visitor stands.
We got people on the banks because I can't see them.
Yes, on both sides.
Good.
I believe we have more fans than they do here.
Mountaineer Nation.
Yeah, you can pretty much see from our vantage point, you can see their stands is not as full as ours.
Waiting the pending kickoff. Max Thompson. 2 weeks in a row, he made the Special Teams Player of the Week by the Gutter guys.
Oh, excellent.
Burns will run it back. Mountaineers, great coverage this time. Going to take him out of bounds. Past the 20.
I think we can say safely that Coach Herron made sure we worked on.
We covered that one pretty good, didn't we?
Worked on the special teams.
And I'm going to tell you something. I don't think I've ever seen a tackle like I just saw.
Yep.
Wasn't really a tackle, but my man
pushed his head out of the
House,
He just took him on out.
He took him with a
Clothesline,
forearm
I was gonna say,
to the ear hole.
I'm old enough to say I remember
Yeah.
wrestling on Saturday morning.
Oh,
Yes.
That was a great move.
That was
Hey,
fantastic.
Jeff, my brother, you're not old, man. You're just getting better. Just getting better.
In the next break, we'll get some score updates. We got it right now.
Yeah, timeout.
Timeout, Kings Mountain. Drew, we going to stay here?
We can stay here.
All right, so let's do a Coldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West Just in Time Plumbing scoreboard update. Cherryville 14, Bessemer. Good Lord, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Cherryville 14, Blacksburg 7. Charlotte Christian. Hey, how about that? We got on.
Yeah.
Charlotte Christian, not Christian. I lost my R there. Charlotte Christian 27, South Point 15. Shelby 10, Crest 6. According,
What?
yep.
What?
Supposedly Green dropped a touchdown pass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 10-6, Shelby Golden Lions. So let's get, hang on, I got to get my other thing. There we go. Let me go back here. Where my scores go? There they are. They're updating. Hang on. That's my updates at the moment. Let me come back with you in just a minute because I lost my page. That's my bad.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3-minute drill right up on the left side. He's got a little bit of running room, but runs it.
Yeah, that was 34. Lipskin on the big hit.
Bessemer City 18, Avery County nothing. Drone 14, Eastburg 6, Union Academy 23, Highland Tech 0.
Go back to the Bessemer City.
Bessemer City's up 18-0 according to Gaston Gazette. Forest View and Freedom tied at 13, East Gaston 14, Stuart Kramer 7, High Brighton 14, West Caldwell 0, Watauga 20, Maiden 7, Newton Conover 8, East Rutherford 6, South Point has closed it.
And Moody under pressure. He's got the ball deep. Overthrows it by 2 steps, incomplete.
South Point has now closed it 22-27. Okay. Update from Michael Crocker. Thank you, Shelby 10, Crest 12.
Okay.
Let's see. Lincolnton 7, East Lincoln 12. No score. West Meck Ashbrook. And that's our latest updates.
Yeah, that was a good shutdown by Bryson Brown, number 10. Again, that's their best receiver, Surratt, number 19. But as you can see, Bryson Brown had him shut down. Good coverage.
Yeah, it was.
Changing the play at the line for Burns.
Timeout, Burns.
And, yeah, it looks like they're going to take a timeout. And so will we. We'll be back here with more Mountaineer football. Stay with us right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, Lickety Loos, Brinkley Financial Group,
Back here, Ron Green Stadium. Mountaineers lead at 14-6. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. I don't think we took too many people away from actually coming to this game.
Nope.
Right. No.
What the people on television can't see is that Drew was just doing the wobble up here behind the table. I don't know if y'all heard the song playing. I didn't know he had moves like that.
No.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby.
I wobble regardless. They just happen to be playing that song. Ben Moody running for his life over on the left side. Just keeps it. Runs it out of bounds.
He actually got rid of it at the last minute.
He did?
He was going to get...
It's going to get annihilated.
Yes.
Was that Curtis Simpson?
Curtis was chasing him.
Curtis almost ended up in the front row of their bleachers, too. He was running so fast.
I'm guessing this is not 4th down territory. They will punt it.
Right.
2 minutes to the Mountaineers. I would say they keep on the gas.
Oh, yeah.
And 2-minute drill. Let's go ahead and get it.
Because they start to
Heron and Bolton, they're not going to slow it down. They're going to keep it pounded. I think Mooney is the punter too, right?
Yes. Good snap.
Oh,
Peter.
Shanked it.
He got a pretty good roll.
He did.
But not a great punt.
So the Mountaineers will take over 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go down the field, about 49 yards, which we know they can do.
Yeah.
Stay tuned at halftime. We had a great conversation. Brad Melton interviewed Ravis Key. We'll get to talk about some Kings Mountain indoor track, outdoor track, cross country. How much do you know about cross country? As much as I do. I know you do.
Exactly.
I know they run across the country.
Got him.
Throwing it deep. Across the middle. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
There's your answer, Drew.
There you go.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something, boys. That's a big ask for number 15 to cover Quay.
Yes, sir.
We put him one-on-one on that guy.
Yes, sir.
That's Ethan Guy.
Yep.
I like you, Ethan.
Yep.
Love your family.
Yep.
You can't cover Quay Sanders.
Can't do it all. And also, let me give a shout-out to Zolo because Zolo looked off that safety.
Yep.
He looked to the left and came right back to the right, and bam.
Boys,
that was excellent.
It was.
Good ball, good catch.
And that's a mismatch. You
Exactly.
cannot cover him with a linebacker. You just can't do it. It ain't going to happen.
No way.
And the ball's up, and the ball's good. Mountaineers 21, Burns 6. KMHS Sports, a presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. We'll be back right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewitt Realty, Flooring America, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen & Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting,
Back here, Burns High School. Mountaineers put another 6 on the board in about 5 seconds.
Right.
Another 7, actually. So we'll kick it off again to give Burns another opportunity. A minute 44. Minute 54 to go. Kicking it deep again, but returnable. Right up the middle for Burns. He's still on his feet. Across the 30, up to around the 40-yard line. Well, they'll run him out of bounds. So they'll take over around the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Big stop by number, I think that was number 31. Colin McIntyre. Big stop there.
That was very close to a clothesline.
Yeah.
Tackle or horse collar.
Right. I know y'all online watching. Y'all can hear our passionate fans. Love it. Mountaineer Nation, baby. Mountaineer Nation.
And when you say nation, Lamont, you're right. We got people watching all over.
About a 7-yard gain.
Guys, I'm not sure how they don't call holding. Curtis got held on that end.
Right.
So obvious they did not call it.
Big stop by number 7, Melton there. I mean, you're not going to shut down Ben Mooney all night, but at least we're containing him. We just can't give up big plays like we did that one drive when they scored.
That's exactly right.
Over on the right side, he's going to go down. He'll go down in the backfield and losing Bulldog yards.
Every bit of yards Mooney got, he was lost.
I'm surprised we didn't call timeout.
Right. Got 50 seconds remaining.
They're not going to be in any hurry right here to run it.
I'm surprised we don't call a timeout.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I was talking about us. I'm sorry.
Right.
I was really surprised because they're going to run it all the way down and then call timeout themselves.
I think Coach Herron is content with going in 21-6.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, we get the ball.
Yeah,
we get the ball.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
most definitely.
He doesn't care if I'm okay with it or not.
Exactly.
It's like he looked up here at me and said, Greg, you good? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what I think.
No, man. He knows what he's doing.
We haven't known him that long, but I think we can understand that he doesn't really care what we think.
Exactly.
Amen.
Hey, he's been there, done that, has the hardware to prove it.
All right, Drew, here's another song you can dance to.
I wasn't able to comment, but you guys had me cackle laughing down here with Drew doing
When Drew did the wobble?
You should have seen him up here, man.
I'm having to do a mental picture of him.
Yeah. I mean, he was in rhythm and everything.
Oh, he
wasn't
had it
Greg?
rolling, man.
Lord, you know.
And you know what? I got a shout out for my beautiful daughter up in Lynchburg, and her wonderful husband said when we laughed, Jeff, you laughed, and then my grandbaby laughed. She heard us laughing, so they laughed. She must have been picturing Drew doing the wobble also.
That's what it was.
Thank you, Drew. You made my grandbaby laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
Drew brings joy to all of our lives, doesn't it?
Drew's the man.
Just can't give up nothing big here. 19 seconds remaining. Go get him.
He's still on his feet. He gets the ball away.
Great play.
Good. Great play. Was that Kamari Howes?
Yeah, that's Kamari Howes.
Number 3, Howes on the breakup. I'm telling you, Howes on one end, Bryson Brown on the other end. 2 excellent shutdown corners. Excellent play by Kamari Howes. 9 seconds remaining. Like they're going to punt.
I'll be honest with you. It might not be a bad idea for them to just run around
and get out of here.
Yeah,
right.
just maybe do a rugby punt.
Right.
I mean, he could run backwards, not to get a safety, but
right.
they might could run this out before we can get it back, to be honest. Right before we go to half, let's do a Coldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West halftime update before we go to half. I'll give you some scores I've got. Drawn 14, East Burke 6, South Point 22, Charlotte Christian 27. Bessemer City, this one's surprising, but good for them. Bessemer City is set, according to the Gazette and Score Stream, is up now 25-0 over Avery County.
Oh, really?
West Lincoln 13, Ford 0, Forest View 13, Freedom 19, East Gaston 21, Stuart Kramer 7, High Brighton 23, West Caldwell 7, Watauga 27, Maiden 7. That's a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Newton Conover 8, East Rutherford Cavaliers 12, Blacksburg 7, Cherryville 14, Lincolnton 7 and 12. And then here is a big one. The Shelby Golden Lions are up 17-12.
Wow.
Over the Crest Chargers.
I told you.
Thank you, Michael Crocker.
And Mooney gets it away. And it'll roll dead.
They were content to just let it be punted and let the clock run out.
Yeah, and that's it. That's halftime.
So that's halftime. Mountaineers lead at 21-6. Stay with us. We've got a halftime show ready for you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
The halftime show is brought to you by the following sponsors: Ben Engel and On Q Financial, Audio Video Designs, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, KM Elite, Taylor Law, PLLC, Shara Miller for Kings Mountain City Council.
Good evening and welcome to the Kings Mountain Football Halftime Show. I'm your host, Brad Melton, and it is my pleasure to be here with Coach Ravis Key, longtime teacher, chemistry. Also, he coaches our cross-country teams, our indoor track team, as long as our spring track team. So, Coach, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, let's just give the guys a little bit of background information on you. Now, you originally went to East Surrey High School.
That is correct.
So tell me, how was the transition there?
It was a pretty big change. First, in high school, my school didn't have cross-country. So I had to drive 25 miles to Surrey Central in order to find someone to coach me for cross-country. So a man named Rex Mitchell, Coach Mitchell from Surrey Central, had state championship after state championship, and he could just, I used to say, get a rock to run. And this man took me under his wing, just went over there 2 or 3 days a week, and got much, much better and decided maybe I'd try to run in college. So he wrote a letter to the coach at UNC Charlotte and let me walk on.
So that's awesome. That says something about your dedication to the sport, that you're going to drive to a different school to get to. And it says something great about the coach himself to take in someone from another school who had that desire to get better. So kudos to you and to him for that. All right, so you finish up college, start teaching, and originally at Reidsville High School.
Yes. Go ahead.
Sorry. So when you get there, did you immediately start coaching, or did you just teach, or how did that work out for you?
Yeah, the cross-country coach resigned in August, right when I started, so I picked up right where he left off, and back then I was still in pretty decent shape, so I was having to wait on my top runners to catch up with me. Let's just say these days I'm bringing the caboose when I'm out there still trying to run with them. But Reidsville was very good. We had some state qualifiers, regional champion girls team. So we had some good teams there. Really enjoyed that. Good part of my life.
And you started the indoor track program, is that correct?
Yes. Coming from a school that didn't have anything, but I learned how to start a program because I started the cross country at East Surrey. So I tried to set up a coach and everything, and it was exciting to see the start of something. And at Reidsville, we were only 45, 50 minutes from Chapel Hill, where the state indoor meet was held back then, in the old tin can, they called it. So from there, we were able to go to a few indoor meets, and the kids were actually recognized by college coaches because they had an indoor mark or time. So that made you a legitimate program by running all 3 seasons, cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track.
Good deal. So now, in 2010, you came to Kings Mountain. First of all, what brought you to Kings Mountain?
My wife is originally from Kings Mountain, so of course having family here really helped. But when you get an opportunity to teach chemistry, something I love, coach, running, everything just opened right up for me. And then to live half a mile from where you work, that just makes everything easier. And then having 2 sons, knowing I'm going to get to coach, it's nothing like coaching your own son. You've experienced that, and that's just once in a lifetime situation. So to have that opportunity with 2 sons for 8 years, I was a coach of one of my sons, and that was huge.
Well, tell her thank you. As a Kings Mountain teacher here, we know what you do for the school, and we are glad she brought you here.
Thank you.
Now, I will say you've had some really good success over your time here. But getting back to start program, you started the indoor track team here in 2011. Like I said, talk about some of the success, because I know you've had several state champion runners, some state qualifiers. So tell us about some of the program's history since you've been here.
Yes, in 2010, starting the cross-country, the cross-country team, ironically, was started in 1976 by Steve Baker, who's my wife's uncle. So it's kind of come round trip now for me to
It's a family thing.
Family tradition, I guess. So just very excited about continuing that. But the boys and girls team have won like 10 out of 13 county championships. So we've done really well in that level. Conference titles, I think we have 5 so far for cross country since I've been here. Indoor track, again, 2011 we started that. Had a girl wanting to go to a big D1 school to run. And the first thing they ask you is, what's your indoor times? So not having that program here, we knew we needed to start it. So the superintendent, and back then Dustin Moorhead was our AD, so he was kind enough to say, hey, if we get this started, I'll let you go to Winston-Salem to the true indoor track at least one time during the season. So that's a big trip. So we're fortunate to go there. But back to the state levels, we've counted over 20 indoor qualifiers for state since I've started in 2011, and over 40 men. I'm the men's head outdoor coach. Mm-hmm. So we've had over 40 men to make it to A&T University for the state championship. We've come out, one year we actually won the regional in 2021, and the 3A West is a tough region. The mountain schools always have a lot of competition. So we were fortunate enough to win that 2021 year. That was a year I think Titus Phillips won our state championship in long jump. But going back to 2011, my first year as a men's outdoor coach, Coach Miles had done some amazing work for 4 years, and I just happened to be blessed to come in at the right time and help him with the men's 4x2 team. that made it and won the state that year. So that's a total of 5 young men that have rings on their fingers that we've been very fortunate to have. And we've had, I think we were close to 15 or so that ran in college. So that's something that we're proud of. Just getting those successes. But the thing I do coaching for is to see the growth. When these kids grow, that's why I'm out here.
You know, just a little side nugget in there. We are so fortunate to have the administration that we do have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know as a coach, and I know you feel the same way, to have Dr. Moorhead, like you said.
Yes.
Dr. Moorhead coached when I first started. He was a coach when I first started teaching, and then to go on into AD. And I know Mr. Robinson, Ms. Ramsey, and Ms. Wilson are all very athletically minded, and they support the athletic program tremendously, just across the board. So
yes.
We are so blessed to have those guys in our administration here. So let's talk about your current team. I know you've got some studs coming back. So tell us about what you got going on now.
Yes, we got Isaiah Watts, the Big South MVP from last year, returning. He was also a state qualifier. Max Thompson, our kicker, is also a Big South MVP from track. So we have him coming back. So with the 1-2 punch there, we just got to bring up the next group. Hunter Cruz, a senior. Elliot Hable, a senior. They're kind of bring up these younger guys, Luke Howell, David Johnson, Matthew. Some of those guys are coming up to be kind of see the way to run. Girls team, we've got 3 girls up front kind of leading the way. Brooke Wasman, Sarah Eagle, and we got Callie Hope. And behind there, senior Parker Wilson's helping Avery Bridges, a newcomer, to kind of round out our top 5 there. So we're excited about that.
Well, good. So what do you see coming now? I know you just talked about Max for the spring. What do you have coming up indoor track, and how many returners do you have for your spring track season, or do you know right off?
Well, first, Hunter is also a great pole vaulter. So he was 12-6 last year in pole vault. So that'll qualify him pretty quickly for state. The 4x8 team finished 4th in the state last year. So that was an amazing feat. We lost just one out of that team, Marty Lovingood, who's now running at CCC. So we need one more to fill those shoes. But if we do anywhere close, we should be knocking on the door for that 4x8. Hopefully top 3 get on the medal stand. That means a lot.
Well, that's something to look forward to. And listen, guys, if you ever ride by Kings Mountain High School between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, you're going to see these guys running everywhere. And I promise you, you'll see Coach Key right there with them. He's out there every day going with them. Well, listen, I know as a head coach that you are only as good as your assistant coaches. Yeah. So I know you would not be nearly as successful as you are without some really good assistant coaches. So tell us about them.
Yes, Miss Wilson, Miriam Wilson, she's helping me now with just amazing things to organization. I'm not the most organized person, I've been told, but getting a coach that has the wonderful strengths that you don't have is really what makes you a good team. And I've been blessed having her for 5 years. I've had some really good assistants in cross country and track. Miss Coach Spearman, Raza Spearman, has joined us again. She's bringing a bunch of knowledge back to the sport. Our girls' numbers are up higher than they've been. Looking back, Coach Miles, that first year I talked about taking the team to the state, that was an amazing year. Coach Inman was here for several years. He helped us as well. So we've had some really good coaches and supporters throughout the year that have really helped us.
And that's great. Like I said, I know one of the most important things you can do as a head coach is get a good coaching staff, because they really do. They're worth their weight in gold.
Absolutely.
But one more thing we want to talk about. We've talked about you teaching chemistry. We've talked about the season. But one of the other things that you have in here that I think is really important, and I want to make sure everyone knows about it, is you lead our FCA program here, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about it. How do students get involved? What is it? Kind of let them know what you're doing in FCA.
Yeah, several moons ago, a man named Craig Short, you may have heard of him.
I've heard of him.
Yes, but he kind of left the reins to myself. Callie Cook, I think, was helping at the time, and we kind of picked it up where he left off and continued just building it. Anyone can join. You don't have to be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes, But you don't have to be that athlete. I mean, the part of that is just optional. But as far as going and learning about Jesus, we're going to have Bible study. All these different things we do in the morning at 7:15. That's where you find the dedication there. Who's going to show up on Thursdays at 7:15? That's not easy. But we'll do things. We'll have, of course, prayer time. We'll do services. We do Operation Christmas Child. We have a service project for the teachers planned for this year. We're even going to look at some maybe redoing baccalaureate this year. So local pastors have been amazing helping with this. Youth pastors. Shout out to Jason Mills, help organizing the fifth quarters. They're trying to do those now, maybe doing at local churches or maybe even Davis Park they're talking about. So none of that's official yet, but flyers are coming out soon. We just are excited, and to spread that out in a public school, we're just so blessed and excited to offer Fellowship of Christian Athletes for anyone that's interested at 7:15 on Thursday morning.
And it's such a great mission. I really, really do. It really is. So if anybody's interested and want to get more information, you can contact Coach Key. Contact me. I will get you in touch with him. And it's a great organization, great place to fellowship and learn more about Christ. Well, Coach, listen, thank you so much. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up and get to this second half?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to the coaches' wives, especially my wife. I mean, the patience they have, the sacrifice they put on a daily basis, because I'm not always there to do things I probably should be doing, and I know that leaves it for her to do. And the other coaches, their wives, their husbands, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. We couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for you. And again, shout out our administration, like you said, ADs. We got a new pole vault facility. That's amazing. I hadn't had one in 25 years, so we are just tickled pink with our facilities and look forward to growing.
And listen, you mentioned, and Matt Bridges, our AD. No, I didn't mean to leave him out, but he does a great job here as well. They're very supportive of everything. Well, Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck throughout the rest of the cross-country season and your upcoming seasons. And we'll time to get back to the second half. And once again, go Mountaineers.
The halftime show is brought to you by the following sponsors: Ben Engel and On Cue Financial, Audio Video Designs, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, KM Elite, Taylor Law PLLC, Shara Miller for Kings Mountain City Council.
Back here, Ron Green Stadium getting ready for the end of halftime. And guys, just first impressions on the first half, Mountaineers.
Really, I think we started a little slow, and that was because I believe some turnovers, that type of thing. I think we ironed those situations out. Again, we hit adversity, and we bounced back. Again, that first, I think the only drive really, Ben Mooney had that long drive, and he scrambled and saw someone just bounce a rat open, and they took it in. But other than that, I think we have really changed up everything, ready to go. I like the way our defensive played. They settled down. I like the way Zolo's been playing. I like the flow of the game. You know, I didn't like it when it first started, but I think we've settled down.
Well, guys, let's take one more break. We'll get ready for the second half as we finish up halftime here at Ron Green Stadium. We'll be right back after this.
Audio Video Designs, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, KM Elite, Taylor Law PLLC, Shara Miller for Kings Mountain City Council.
Back here, Ron Green Stadium getting ready for the Mountaineers and Bulldogs second half. So stay right here with us. Let's go ahead and check in on some scores, Craig.
Coldwell Banker, 133 West Farm Bureau, just in time. Plumbing scoreboard update. There is another shootout going on over in Shelby. It is now 27-24 Crest. Wow. Shelby had scored and taken the lead. Kicked the ball off to Mr. Green, and he took it to the house on the kickoff return.
You don't do that.
No, it looks like it's the same kind of game it was last year.
Right.
That's crazy. So most of these scores are in the half at the half or in the early third quarter. Still the same score, 27-22. Charlotte Christian over South Point. West Lincoln is now up 21-0 over Ford. Drawn 14. East Burke 6. Forest View and Freedom are tied at 19. East Gaston 21-7 over Stuart Kramer. Watauga 34, Maiden 14. Bessemer City 25, Avery 0. Union Academy 30, Highland 0. High Brighton 23-7 over West Caldwell. East Rutherford 20-8 over Newton Conover. East Lincoln 20, Lincolnton 7. Statesville 22, South Iredale 7. Still showing no score for West Meck and Ashbrook. I'm sure they've scored, so somebody has that one. Update me, please. And last I saw, Hunter Huss was up down 15-6 to the Providence Panthers. Those are our latest updates. Bessemer City. Dadgummit, I did it again.
What's that?
They're on my brain, I guess. They're on my brain.
Who's that?
Blacksburg is now up over Cherryville, 27-26. Go Wildcats.
No, that's real.
And I want to give a shout-out to Lexi Wright. We had her on a halftime show a couple weeks ago. She is on tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock on ESPN Game Day. How you like that, guys? 9 o'clock. Wow. And Kobe, of course, will play tomorrow night.
That's right. They in Charlotte,
Lexi,
correct?
Yes, they are. Lexi's also representative of Mount Olive Pickles.
Okay.
So,
that's what they shot it.
That's what I was going to say. That's the commercial that we watched off air last week, right?
Right.
Shot at Kings Mountain.
It is. And I believe last week the fourth quarter was brought to you by Mount Olive.
and about the
and Sam's Water.
Great value water.
I was late coming on. What was the Crest Shelby score?
27-24. Shelby had taken the lead, and unfortunately they kicked it to Mr. Green, and Mr. Green returned it to the house with a kickoff return.
You do not kick it to Javars Green. You stay away from that. Just like you don't kick it to Isaiah Bridges.
That's right. You don't get between a bear cub and her mama. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't ask Drew to do the weight because he knew you weren't listening about how he beat you.
Yeah, but you know what? There's no video or official evidence of him beating me. So I'm going to let it sit right there.
That's a great point, Jeffrey.
So we'll move on to the second half of Mountaineer football. Thank you so much for joining us.
That's a good
presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. If you want to know more about the Touchdown Club, we want you to know more. Log on to kmtouchdownclub.com. You'll find out how you can become a member and how you can help further the athletics and the academics at Kings Mountain High School and add on to our great facility that we have. The Touchdown Club has started, and I believe phase 3 or 4 is going to begin pretty soon. So you want to help us with that. And there's the opening kickoff. Kicked once again short. Mountaineers will take it over.
It's Kamari.
Across the 30. Still got
cut up.
Trying to get to the 40.
That's a good return.
They're going to run him out of bounds around the 47.
That's a good return. Right. Got to update. West Meck is up 16-14 over Ashbrook. Thank you, Lenny and Michael Crocker. Mike, I hope your mama's watching tonight.
Yeah. That's Kamari went down hard.
Is he all right? He's still laying down.
He's still laying down. I think he just went down hard. I think he'll be out. Come on, Kamari, get up.
Right up the middle, just a little bit of running room. Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Mountaineers. And at running back right now for Kings Mountain. Zolo back to pass. Plenty of time. Finds his receiver down the field, just overthrown. Incomplete.
He'd like to have that one back.
Yep. He was wide open.
I think what happened there, too, Lamont, and you can correct me because you played quarterback, but he was rolling to his left just a hair, and he did not set long enough. He threw it off of his front foot, and that made it sail a little bit.
You got to swivel those hips and put that weight on that back foot so it can transfer, so you ride on it. And it sailed on it. You can see it. Third down, guys. We don't need a 3 and out here.
Empty backfield.
Zolo looking for a receiver, decides to take it himself, trying to make something happen. He tries to get to the edge, just not able to do so.
Yeah, Gash was open in the middle. I think he just held on to it long enough, and so I think that's.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Now, we've told him to run, but
right.
I just don't. I mean, even then, he wasn't going to get 9 yards where he was going.
Yeah,
and you're right. That
was wide open.
He just missed it. And
he just missed it.
And I don't think he saw him open quickly enough either. I think it came open a little late.
Yeah.
We got eyes.
And by that time, he was running.
Yeah.
So they'll make the adjustments.
Max Thompson will get in and punt. And it is a fake. They run it to the left.
Oh.
Still got some running room, but he's not going to get it. He'll get across the 50. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Burns. Around the 49-yard line.
Just a couple yards short.
Right there. Yeah, Jeff, I like the call. It keeps them on their toes.
Right. And also I see Craig, we was looking up here, I see Kamari, he's up and walking around, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, they were looking at his right knee.
Right.
I think he went down on it when he went out of bounds on the tackle.
I think he's walking okay.
Yeah, he's good.
He seems to be.
Handoff right up the middle, but the Mountaineers will say no and close the door very quickly.
Listen, that was a great play right there by Eli, and then he was helped by Zaylen Ramos.
Yeah.
Ramos got in there tough. I'm going to tell you something, man. Ramos is a tough guy to block. He's playing nose guard for us, number 50.
He is,
He's a low body. He's strong. He's got strong legs.
Yep.
That was a great play by the two of them.
And he takes up space in the middle.
Yeah, he does.
So that's an excellent adjustment Coach Carroll made it at halftime. Clog up that middle.
Yes.
2nd and 11. Ben Mooney calls his signals empty backfield. Looks down the field. Did he catch it?
He called it.
I believe he did.
And I think that was over. Who was on the coverage there? Was it Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pretty much tell whenever we have changed up some personnel out there. We need to stop here. We don't need to let them take it in. Because it's still a close game. It's 21-6.
Yeah.
Man in motion. Mooney will take it himself right up the middle.
Mooney on the keeper. Stop was made by Lipscomb.
We'll pick up maybe 3 yards on the play.
Gain of about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Mike. Go to the ladder over there.
Jeremiah Morris up to the 15-yard line. And only
3 yards to go.
You know, I was going to say, too, I'd like to point out, if you were watching closely, you might not have been, but Javier played that great.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he played like we were talking about in the pregame. He played his gap, played down the line of scrimmage. He played flat, followed his man on the pull, and made that tackle.
Third down here for the Bulldogs.
It's a big third down play.
Got to watch Mooney where he gives.
He gives it right up the middle. It will be close.
It looks like they might have got it. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it.
He got it, Jeff.
Kings Mountain Mountaineers led by Melton. And it is another Hollins Concrete first down for the Bulldogs.
So 1st and 10, and he can get a first down. Almost got him in the backfield. He misses 1 or 2 tackles, and they run him out of bounds.
He got about 7 yards.
Yeah, he is fast. He's quick.
So 2nd and 4 from the 4.
Had to get the chains right on the far side.
Mountaineers get in there and bring him down. He'll get 1 or 2 on it. I think he's going to get enough for a first down.
Yep, first and goal.
First and goal.
Possibly.
No, it's third down, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, it's very short.
Jeff, where is they? Are they right at the 2-yard line, Jeff?
Yeah, they're right at the 2. They got to get to just this side of the 1.
3rd and 1.
Let's go defense.
Mooney will take it right up the middle.
He did not get it, did he? But he got the first. It's a fumble?
He might have gotten a first down.
No, he didn't fumble.
Oh, okay, it's first down.
We'll see where the mark is if it's a first down and goal for the Bulldogs.
So I think, Craig, we're going to get a good dose of Mooney here.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, his receiver made a great play for him, setting this drive up down over on the other sideline. He made a miraculous catch under good coverage.
He's going to run right behind McGowan.
Yep.
Mooney will kick it himself, but the Mountaineers will keep him out of the end zone.
Right.
Guys, I think he lost
Jason
about
Melton.
half a yard.
Yeah.
Jason Melton led the way for the Mountaineers.
Jeff, where's it spotted?
So the line of scrimmage was at the half-yard line, and he lost. He's now back on
the 1?
Outside the 1.
Okay, I was going to ask where the box was. Is the box on the 1?
Yes.
You can walk down there because you're pressed, so it ain't going. They don't penalize you. Is he on the 1?
Yeah, the nose is on the 1.
Got it. Thank you.
Ben Mooney calls the signals. He's going to hand it off this time around the left end.
They blocked that well.
That's touchdown, Xavion Wilson.
They matched us pretty good up front.
And Jeff, you see who scored?
Exactly. He's a big boy. He's talented.
Yeah. He's motivated. You know, he played with us last year, so he's motivated. Great athlete. Xavion Wilson, excellent athlete.
So are they attempting to kick it this time?
Yeah, let's
no, they're going for 2.
Okay.
I don't think they have a kicker, a field goal kicker.
You know, I'm going to tell you.
I mean, they have someone kick off. I mean, Ben Moon punts.
I'm going to say that I know they've probably tried it,
right?
But that can really hurt you. I know they've not tried to not have one.
Throws it up to the corner.
Did he catch it? Wow.
And he caught it.
We lost him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost him out there.
And I want to say this, y'all. Kamari Howell's not being in there that drive, that really hurt us.
It hurt. Well, that's where they went. They went to that side
twice.
Went that
side.
And
it's not
here.
It's
not that Cameron's not good enough.
Oh, no. It's not that.
I know you're not saying that.
No,
it's
definitely.
not that he's not. It's just that makes a difference.
But when you look at the skills of Kamari Howells, that's why he's starting there.
Yeah.
And that hurt us right there.
So let's take a break. We'll be back. More Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, Lickety Loos, Brinkley Financial Group,
Back here for KMHS Sports, 21-14. Burns moves a little bit closer. Kickoff once again. Mountaineers trying to get something going, but they're going to hold him back there. 1st and 10.
I don't know if you saw that, Craig, but it's like we was trying to block and not get the ball, and Burns almost recovered that ball.
Well, the ball checked up like Drew Fulton's 56-degree wedge.
Great description.
Huh? I don't get that one.
It's a golf reference, Drew.
Hey, Drew's still
how much golf I play.
Drew's still in a wobble mentality. Also, Craig, Jeff Leffert texted me and said, "Listen, stop giving us a visual so much on."
Oh, sorry, Chief. I realize it made you a little nauseous.
Handoff over on the left side, trying to get a few yards. Misses the tackle. Still on his feet and driving.
Tell Chief wife, and I'm sorry too if she's watching. Sorry, Kendra.
Johnny Johnson also down at the 30-yard line.
Ball right at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 4.
Offsides.
They pull Burns off sides.
It should be a first down.
That penalty will give the Mountaineers a first down.
Take it any way we can get it, guys.
Right.
And the ball, he's going to keep it himself as Zolo over on the left side.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, guys, we've definitely seen more quarterback keepers from him this week than we did last week.
Right.
For the Bulldogs.
I believe Coach Bolton is setting something up.
Second down for the Mountaineers.
Not sure what yet, but I believe he's setting something up.
Zolo back to throw again. Rolls out, got plenty
Good
of time.
pass,
Throws
good
it
pass.
deep, throws it short.
Good hands by Unash.
Good hands.
He reached back behind him to catch the ball. That was a great play by him.
Yeah.
It was a good throw. I mean, he's trying to throw this.
Line judges saying 3rd and very short.
Right.
Thank you, Jeff. I mean, that throw alone was good.
Right.
And then Unash adjusted well.
Exactly.
Wildcat, he'll keep it himself.
Yeah.
Sanders.
He's going to be right on it. I'm going to tell you, if he spots it where his knee went down, we don't have it. If he spots it where the ball is, we got it.
He's saying 4th down. I believe we're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Give it to Josiah.
Yeah.
So 4th and half a foot.
That's what I said. I'm almost on the line with him. And I was watching where he gave it where his knee went down.
Right.
2 minutes and some change left here to go in the third quarter. Mountaineers agree with the call. They're getting a little rowdy.
Well, Quay, he got it. Good job.
Wow.
Boys.
Collective
Yeah,
sigh.
yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, that's big time by Quay. Extra effort
So
and athleticism.
Yeah.
That snap looked like it was a little bit high.
Oh, it was high.
Yeah,
It was. I mean,
great job by Quay.
not bashing our center by any means.
No.
Well, you guys know when you're running a Wildcat,
Right.
it's all about time.
It's all about time.
So that was all messed up, and then he almost fumbled it.
Right, and I think he got a little gimpy. He went out, and I think, well, you see Teddy is cramping again. He hadn't been playing. Yeah.
Zolo once again keeps the ball.
Get
He's
upfield.
on the left side.
That was late.
Yep.
That should have been a little questionable there.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit of a late hit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that Bolton, they would see this if Zolo would just turn upfield.
I was about to say the same thing.
You get 2 or 3 more yards
Yeah.
instead of trying to run again east and west.
Right. I'm curious as to what he thought he saw because I'm with you. At least from here, it looked
Right.
like he had more room
He could cut
inside.
up. Yeah, give me. I take 2 yards any day.
Zolo back to throw once again.
They scramble.
Goes to a secondary receiver. Tries to make something out of nothing.
He fumbled. He fumbled.
Did he fumble?
Yeah, he fumbled. Burns got it.
Oh, God.
Guys, this is a game of momentum. Right now, Burns has it.
Defense needs to step up here.
First and 10 from the Bulldogs. That's about your 45-yard line. Taylor by 7. 1:19 left here in the third.
All right, defense, let's step up. Just got a text message from Coach Grayson Pierce at Cleveland Community College, and former coach here. Said it might be a good fundraiser. You do a dance off between me and you at the wobble.
Ooh.
I think we just signed up Drew, right?
I think so. That definitely will bring in some cash.
Exactly.
What exactly are we raising funds for?
I know, right?
Shot of the Mountaineer band right there.
Yeah.
Get right up on the left side. Mountaineers giving chase.
Ball!
Oh, it went out of bounds. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
That's all right.
I didn't mean to yell in the microphone.
We all excited.
Somebody just yelled, pick the ball up. They have no idea how difficult it is to recover a fumble. I mean, you think it's just simple to just pick it right up or fall on it. That thing being oblong, it goes all over the place.
Hot potato.
Yeah. Is this? That's the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the quarter. This will be the start of the fourth quarter. So let's hear the Mountaineers. Let's hear the Mountaineer band right quick. We'll be back in a second.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewlett Realty, Flooring America, the venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen & Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting.
Back here at Ron Green Stadium, Burns does get a first down, 1st and 10.
It's Mooney on the keeper, correct?
Yes.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. The 34-yard line.
Looks about right, the 34-yard line. Quick pitch. And then he's going to be met in the backfield, but he gets away.
Nobody's there.
Good
We recovered.
job.
We recovered well.
We did.
Bryson recovered really well because when he reversed field, there was nobody at home.
And Bryson did well to stay there.
Yes, stayed.
Yeah. Bryson did very well for
A very long 2-yard gain. You know, comparing both of these teams, we know what Kings Mountain does. Burns is in no hurry to get a playoff whatsoever.
No. Which, Coach Klein, you said milk the clock, right?
Yeah.
If you was a Burns coach.
Mooney calls the signals, hands the ball, and then he still has the ball. Looking for a receiver. He's under pressure. Mountaineers try to run him out of bounds. It depends on where they stop him at. They're going to say he's short. Maybe
I'm going to tell you something, boys.
No, they're giving him the first down.
I'm going to tell you something, boys.
You got it.
That cat's got wheels.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ben
can
Mooney
move.
is moving, man.
You haven't noticed some of the shots of the crowd. It happens to be, I believe, Western or rodeo night here in Lawndale.
Right.
And the ball right up the middle.
Oh,
They'll
big.
stop him.
Big hit by Zay Smith.
You know, I did like what Coach Carroll said. You always hear the philosophy, bend but don't break.
Yeah.
He says, I don't even want to bend.
Yeah.
I don't even bend.
Yeah. Well, you might too remember, Coach said Wednesday that he was worried about Mooney, and Mooney's playing his butt off.
Over on the right side, they'll run him out. He might have gotten a yard.
Mooney is a leader, and we said everything goes through him. And I don't think in his career he's beaten Kings Mountain, so he's got a lot to prove.
He got a lot to prove, and he hasn't. Because
correct.
2 years ago up here we beat him.
Yeah.
Last year we beat him, of course, and he.
I'm not sure this coaching staff has actually beat Kings Mountain.
I believe you're right.
No, you're right. You're right.
Since Divine.
Is it 2015? How long has it been?
Yeah, he wasn't the head coach then. Right. I think he was still at Shelby as an assistant.
Defense coordinator.
Down play here for Burns. Surratt still
there
on
we
his
go.
feet.
There we go. Good job, defense.
Bring up a fourth
down. We also know this is 4-down territory.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey Jeff, where is the ball? What yard line we on?
Looks like right at the 21.
21? Okay.
21, and they've got to get to the 14.
Yeah, it looked like a 4th and long 6. 4th and long 6.
Guys, we were fortunate the play right before that. We were close to a face mask. They did not call it.
Oh, wow.
All right, defense needs to bow up right here.
Danny Payne on the track, getting people fired up.
Back to pass, under pressure.
There we go. There we go. Got to get him. There you go, Curtis.
Turnover on
Big
down.
time.
Mountaineers will take over.
Big time sack by Curtis.
Now that ought to give our offense some mojo. He's just
Yes, sir.
Curtis just came to the sideline.
Yes, sir.
And he just hit Zamari Morton, our kid number 42, in the chest, and now Zamari's holding his chest. I mean, that's one of the funniest things I've seen.
But listen, that's a senior leader.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what senior leadership.
He stepped
That's
up.
what they do. That's what you got to do. You got to put your team on your back at times.
All right, let's go.
You got to have this drive, a long, sustaining drive, and a score.
Quick throw out to the left side. He's got a little bit of running room. He'll get close to the stick.
He's close.
As much as they're playing off, that is there. We need to milk it.
Yeah, it's there all day.
Second and short.
All right, same play on 2.
Hand the ball off right up the middle. Not much running room.
He didn't need much, though. We got the first down. He didn't need much.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Xavier Wilson, Baby Grump, is on a mission. This is personal for him, and I understand. But that's the way to run it hard, Josiah. But again, we just need to protect everything, no mistakes. Let's go. Let's go.
That time.
That's the way you run that thing, JoJo.
And that's a good 10-yard run.
Boys, I'm going to tell you something. That hole's on the right side, and we're on the left side filming and broadcasting. But I could even see that hole from up here. Great job by the right side of the offensive line right there, opening that up. Big Matt Reichard on the tackle, playing offensive tackle, right. UNASH out here. Get off
the left side, a stiff arm. He'll carry.
He fumbled. He fumbled. They fumbled it. They stripped the ball from him.
And they're going to give it back to Burns.
The four's got his helmet off and caught in our sideline. That ought to be a penalty.
Of
course, we're not calling it.
Nope.
They stripped the ball right out of his hand.
It did.
That's on. I'm going to be honest. That's on Josiah. Got to protect the ball.
And that's 2.
Yeah.
And again, those what's called. We just got to understand.
Well, and I'm going to tell you too. Like I know 4 played here before, and all that, but you can't have your helmet off.
No, you can't.
He had his helmet off on our sideline, or at our sideline,
and that's on the referees.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's on the referees.
Well,
because
I'll say this:
if you let an athlete,
it got ripped off.
Oh, it got ripped off.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
No, it got pushed off because he was in on the tackle and he got pushed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for correcting me.
This is an emotional game for him.
Then I apologize.
And the ball all right up the middle. Mountaineers will give him a couple of yards.
And I believe the referees have got to take control of this game because it's getting really chippy out there now.
Yeah.
And the referees have to take control of this game.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something.
See the white hat. He's doing that very thing right now.
Okay, good. Yeah,
he's talking to both teams.
He needs to because it's getting really chippy. And our coaches need to make sure our fellas understand, listen, we don't need none of that. Because, again, they hit us with a 15-yard penalty or something like that, then guess what? They're in good field position, can take it in and tie it up. We only up by 7 points.
Well,
We got to be smart.
Here's what I want to point out too. I'm giving credit to Burns because they are playing. Their defense is scrapping.
Oh, I'm telling you.
That turnover right there literally was created by them. We had a great play. Josiah got out here, and I watched this. Right, it literally is right in front of me. I'm on the 50-yard line, and they literally took it out of his hand, and it fell right on the turf. So,
Listen,
I mean.
You got to understand, Craig. You don't think they've been hearing that they hadn't beat Kings Mountain in I don't know how long?
Yes.
And last year we beat them 27-0. Those guys right now, Burns, have more passion. We have got to somehow, as I was telling them earlier today, you can't wait for nobody to motivate you. You got to elevate.
Well, we're not matching it.
No, we're not.
We're not matching
it. So there has to be
I mean,
something within them that elevates.
Yeah.
And they got to want this just as more.
And the thing is, Lamont, our defense elevated us.
Oh, yeah.
And then we
have turnover.
Yeah, we're clipping runs off and doing well, and then we don't protect the ball.
Right.
And that's the stuff that Coach was talking
that's
about
the momentum
Wednesday night.
killers. Right.
Yeah, he was talking about the little things, the little mental things that get you.
Right.
and it comes in time, but little things, little mistakes like that will, as you said, they'll get you and they'll beat you.
So our defense got to rise again.
Second and 5 for Ben Mooney.
There you go. We got it back.
Mountaineers get it back.
Hey, we just talked about that, didn't we?
Boy, we needed that.
Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yep.
I put our fumble on Josiah.
That's right.
I put that one on Mooney.
Yep.
Mooney put the ball on Three's hip.
Right.
Three never had it. It's literally right in front of me.
It's the little details.
It is
man.
the details. He put it on his hip, and Three's still moving, and that's why the ball's on the ground.
Right.
And luckily for us, my man Jaden Gash was right there to fall on it. I think it was Jaden, wasn't it? Was he in there on defense?
Yeah. Not Jaden Gash.
One?
No.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I got so excited I thought I saw one.
Right.
I didn't give the fumble to the right person.
Middle's open. Let's take a shot.
They're going to run the ball, eat the clock, or try to anyway.
Well, you see what they've done, right? They put the senior leader in there, Teddy, as running back.
No gain.
And guys, we got to remember that Josiah is still a sophomore.
Oh
you know? And but again, he'll learn from this. But I like that they go back to Teddy now just to settle it down, put it in your senior leader's hand, and we know he'll protect the ball.
Zolo with a quick pass, maybe a 5-yard gain.
If he had kept his feet, that's just a shoestring little tackle.
Right.
He's still running.
Well, I tell you what they're doing. Burns is doing a good job. I don't know if folks at home can see it that are watching it there, but Burns is doing a good job in the secondary.
Yeah.
They've adjusted here in the second half.
They have.
They're dropping. They've got a 4-man front, but they're about dropping everybody.
Right.
On passing downs.
Gotta go. No.
Incomplete.
No, don't throw that ball.
Can't do that.
Don't throw that ball.
Got to be smart.
Yeah, he's going to punt it and pin him.
Yeah. All right. Got to put it in the hands of the defense again. Defense have made 2 big plays. One was turnover on downs and one was fumble, correct?
Yep.
Here's where I almost wish we had saved that fake punt
I
for
agree.
here
Yeah.
because we picked up about 7 or 8 last
Hey,
time.
I'm not going to rule out that
I'm not either. Well, here's what I know.
Right.
Coach Heron doesn't always call it.
Right.
It's
Teddy. I mean, is it?
It's Robert.
Kendrick? Yeah.
Great punt.
Excellent punt. Excellent punt. Excellent punt.
Couldn't get much better. Burns will take over first and 10 deep.
They're on the 5. We pinned them on the 5. That thing died. That laid up like Jeff Johnson's T-shirt or chip shot from off the green.
Yes,
excellent
sir.
punt.
Put that thing right up there near
When
the
that
hole.
Max?
Max punted it.
Yeah,
And,
excellent.
and his long snapper Gabe got down there and downed it on the 5.
Right.
Actually on the 10.
Sorry.
Nose is on the 10.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought it was a 5. Wishful thinking, but it's still a long way and still a great punt.
So the Bulldog offense will come back out.
Well,
90 yards.
I feel like our defense has been on the field the whole half.
Mooney back to pass. Scans the
Get
field,
it,
takes
get
it
it.
off, but the
There you
Mountaineers
go.
will wrap him
Good
up.
job.
Looks like you got, what, 3, Jeff? 2, 3?
Half yard.
Oh, that's even better. I'm awful. I can't spot the ball. I can't see where it is.
Well, you are a long way up
I
there.
am. I'm trying to watch where he spots it when they set the ball.
I'm going to tell you, the pocket collapsed, and there was nowhere for him to throw that ball.
I'm surprised if they were trying to look to throw it on that down.
Well, I wonder if at this point, I mean, the clock, you got to get moving.
Yeah, and it's a long way.
There's the pitch over on the left side.
Curtis.
Oh,
And they'll pull him down. And
There
he'll
you go,
lose
baby.
yards.
It's not gonna work.
There you go.
Boys, I'm going to tell you something
Greg,
right there.
Greg, now we're inside the 5.
Thank
That's
you.
right. That's right.
Finally.
That's right.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's right.
Prophetic.
That's where you guys elevate. I'm telling you,
Boys.
the defense and put us on the shoulder.
Curtis Simpson just
Yes, sir.
grabbed that young man by the jersey and
Yeah.
pulled him into him and took him down.
Yeah.
Gosh almighty, that was a great play.
That's what you expect.
Yeah.
When
Well,
you-
and I'm going to tell you.
when you have adverse situations, your senior has to step up and put the team on the shoulders.
And Lamont, I'm sorry I spoke over
Oh,
you.
you're good.
Curtis did what we've talked about. He played outside contained. He was flat down the line.
Right.
He didn't get upfield.
So-
He was able to cut
so
it off.
you see how the adjustments
That's
are working.
what I'm saying. They're
Right.
playing good technique.
Exactly. And that comes down to coaching.
And Mooney scrambles around, throws it deep, in and out of his hands.
It looked to me that he pushed off Bryson.
I thought he did too.
He pushed Bryson off.
I thought he did too, but I'm telling you,
To
even
get
though-
separation.
Whatever the case, he got behind Bryson.
Yeah, either way.
Whatever case he did, but woo.
Oh my gosh! And almost
Right.
caught that thing
He
one-handed.
sure did.
Okay, guys, you're Burns. Are you kicking him?
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
to.
use 3 minutes. You got
got
to kick
to,
it.
because
There's no way I got to give
Yeah.
Kings
You
Mountain this.
still, I think they've got at least 2 timeouts, and the way your
Right.
defense is playing, you're playing the odds, because you give it to Kings Mountain here, they're at least getting a field goal, and they are not going to be fast.
Right,
so
right.
you may not get it back either
Right.
way. I would punt it.
Both teams have all their timeouts.
Thank you, Drew.
You know what? It would be wonderful if Fat or Gash just take it to the house.
Ooh, high snap. That's a good punt.
That's probably the best
Fair
punt
catch,
he's had
fair
all
catch.
night long.
Oh, well, we're not going to get a chance. Peter, get away.
There we were again, almost in the
Yep,
wrong place. I better be careful, though. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
Looks like it's right at the 40, perhaps. Yeah.
Jeff, that did
Mountaineers
look
will take over 1st and 10.
like your chip shot there, because it had a little
It
backspin
came
on
back.
it.
Give it up for the Rhodes boys out there, ball boy tonight.
So, question, Craig. When they can do double numbers, I see you got about 3 or 4 players that you got double numbers.
Yeah, I think
can you do that?
You can. Remember,
Okay.
as long as they're not on the field at the same time.
Got you. Okay.
And so,
Hand it off to Teddy. He misses one tackle, but he'll be brought down by a couple of Bulldogs.
I think a lot of that has to do too with Lamont with the 8-quarter rule. That
That's
they
what I
allow,
was thinking. Most of them
they're
are
going to
8
allow
quarters,
some double number. They just can't be on the same field.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, the field at the same time. Obviously,
We would
they'll
hope
be
they're doing the same field,
Yeah,
right?
no, what a stupid thing to say. I was thinking about Drew doing the wobble.
As they say, that's it. Drew, I can see a poster now.
It's coming.
First of all, guys, I don't even know how to do the wobble. If you see me wobble, it is merely accidental. Now, I can electric slide.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Now I've got an image. Thank you. Get in there.
Go,
Hand
baby.
the ball
Go,
off.
baby.
That's
Go,
a good
baby.
run.
Still got some
Way to run.
That's a good run. You got probably 2 to 3.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 5.
Yeah, guys, this is really, I think Burns' passion really wanting to play this game. This is really turning into a defensive battle, which you need to have these games. You don't need to have a game where you win in 20, 30 points all the time. You need to have these games where you're facing adversity.
Burns will take their first time out, and so will we. We'll come back. More Mountaineer football after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christy Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors. Lickety Loos. Brinkley Financial Group.
Back here, Ron Green Stadium, Mountaineers holding on to a one-score lead and trying to drive here. 3rd and 5.
Got to get to the 30.
Thank you, Jeff.
Got to get to the 30.
2 minutes, 5 seconds left. Let's go offense. Timeout.
Coach Aaron will use a timeout.
And
Drew, let's do some updates. We hadn't updated scores in a while.
all right, go ahead.
Since we got a break, let's do our Coldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West just-in-time plumbing scoreboard update. Most of these are fourth quarter scores. Boys, this is good. It shocks me, but it's good. Bessemer City 39, Avery 0.
Wow.
Maybe Shane found him a quarterback this week.
Wow.
Congratulations, Coach
Wow.
Short. Union Academy 49, Highland 0. Statesville 22, South Iredale 15. Drawn 25, East Burke 18. East Gaston 28, Stuart Kramer 14. Watauga 47, Maiden 21. Charlotte Christian 34, South Point 29. West Lincoln 34, Fred T. Ford 6. High Brighton 50, West Caldwell 7. West Meck 16, Ashbrook Green Wave 21. Newton Conover 22, East Rutherford 26. Crest is now up over Shelby 40-24. Forest View and Freedom are tied at 19 at the half. Blacksburg is up 35-34 at the half.
Zolo calls the signals. Looking to throw at the screen, and it's set up way in the hallway. He gets pulled down from behind.
To me, it looked like he turned. He went left. If he would have went right.
Guys, my perspective, either way, it was covered.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't see it the other way. Okay. You have a better view, Jeff. Thank you for that.
I mean, he still caught it at the 36.
Right.
It still would have been a reach to make it to the 30.
That was just good defense play.
Who called the timeout?
Probably them.
Yeah, Burns did.
We not, because we want the clock to run. I mean, I could be wrong.
156. We just got to put it in the hands of our defense again. But it's 4th down. What you think, Craig? What you think?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're in no man's land right here.
So you go for it?
You're punting it.
I think you punt
because
it.
of the clock.
Yeah, I think you punt it.
I agree.
You're
agree.
You're gonna run some time off with the punt.
Exactly.
I would tell Max to just kind of do a little pooch punt, try to put it over here toward the corner of the end zone.
Yep, angle it.
And push it. That's what he's going to do, I'll bet. That's what I would do, and it looks like that's what. Since he's on this hash, I'd definitely try to tell him to put it down here inside the 10.
Right.
Just a little bit of, and if it rolls in, fine. But the air, as soon as it goes off, this snap comes back from Gabriel, the clock's going to start.
Right.
Good snap. Good punt.
And it's up.
Cover it.
Oh, he touched it. He touched it. Oh, nice.
It's down. Looks like the 2-yard line.
It was right behind Gabriel. He didn't find it.
He didn't see it right.
I thought it might have hit him.
I thought so, too. That's why I say it hit him.
It did hit. They're marking it back where it hit the
I was
Kings
going to
Mountain
say,
player.
it hit Gabriel.
Yeah, it hit
Craig?
It hit Gabriel. He didn't see it. He couldn't find it.
Guess what yard line we're at?
5.
Yes, sir.
That's you.
Hit you. Yeah, he just looked up here at me and hit his arm. It hit him in the arm, so it's down on the 5. It's
Great.
still on the 5, though.
Your son has a great snap.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. As a father of the JV long snapper, I'm now nervous every time
Yes, sir.
I see
There's a lot of pressure.
Especially
in situations like that right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Hey, and he downed it and didn't really mean to. He was trying to find it. All right, here we go. Drew, how many timeouts do they have left?
2. No,
And
Kings
one.
Mountain has 2. They have 1.
Yeah.
The ball. Mooney calls the signals right on his goal line.
Well,
looking to
Drew's
pass.
getting
They got it.
Trouble.
Curtis
Tries to throw it away.
Curtis Simpson is getting hailed.
He's getting held.
He
Double
is
team.
getting hailed.
And that has got to
That's
be
got to be
grounding.
grounding, and if it's grounded, it should be a safety.
He was. Yep.
Yeah, it's grounded.
They're
Yep,
calling
that's
it.
it.
That's going to be a safety.
Right. And plus, they are double teaming.
That's it.
That's it. That's safety. They're double teaming Curtis and holding him.
That's what I'm saying, Coach. I mean, I can. It's over there, and I can see it. I mean.
That's a safety. We should be 23 to 14.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Sorry, Jeff.
No, you're good.
You hold what you're going to say. Let me say this real quick. It would have been a safety either way,
right?
Because it should have been a grounding call.
Right. Which one did they call?
I don't know. It should have been a grounding call, but the holding call is whatever they're calling either one. And now Divine's on the field. He's wrong.
Yeah.
Coach, you're wrong. That's. Go ahead, Jeff. What you were going to say?
No, that's what I was going to say. What I'm curious about is it going to be a holding call or an intentional grounding?
Well,
my perspective is
it's going to be grounding because the white hat threw it where he did. If it was holding, they would have thrown it. They would have thrown it sooner.
Thank you.
He would have thrown it in the backfield like in the end zone. So he's got to be calling intentional grounding, but he's not signaled yet. So let's just see.
And guys, I know they can't second guess themselves. Their coaches they've had a great game plan. What I wonder is why you're rolling out to your left. They did that on the last possession as well. It takes more time to turn square and throw.
The only thing I can imagine, Jeff, and I don't know because we're not them, but my only speculation would be is that they feel like that's where he's better throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though. I mean, I don't know.
That play just took forever for him to roll out and square up, and it was too late.
Well, and I'm going to tell you why I'm curious about it, too. You're rolling into Curtis. Now, you don't really have a good choice. You're going to roll into Curtis, you're going to roll into Antonio, but that's part of the reason why he got held. Curtis got held. I mean, so.
Well, I'm going to say this. I tip my hat to Burns.
Yes, sir.
They have played a great game.
They did.
They've had a great defensive game plan for us.
Right, exactly.
I mean, listen, last year when they came to our house, we overwhelmed them.
We did.
I can't say that about tonight.
No. And I think, that first hit by Zay, that set the tempo.
Yeah.
And they couldn't move the ball all night. And like I said, you remember early on when we were talking about this game, I said, don't think Ben Mooney and company don't have this game circled. They hadn't beat us in I don't know how long. This coaching staff, I don't think, has never beat Kings Mountain.
Yeah.
And plus, they was embarrassed by us last year, 27-0.
Well, like Coach Devine out there fighting for his kids, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that was the right call.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, Curtis got murdered, but we called timeout. Curtis got murdered on the left side, but it was grounding. I mean, it wasn't even. First of all, it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and he certainly was not out of the tackle box.
Right.
So they'll take a timeout. So will we. Stay tuned. More Mountaineer football after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewlett Realty, Flooring America, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen and Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting,
This is interesting because they have the option to kick.
Right.
They don't have to punt. Are we back yet, Drew?
We are back.
So when a safety, you don't have to punt it.
Right.
You can choose to line it up that people are asking. So they're going to onside, of course.
Right. Nice, Pat.
Yep.
The Mountaineers will take over in their own, in Burns territory. And I would imagine we'll see the running game.
We may do, or
you might. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think Coach Hurd wants to score to give our offense some momentum, and going to next week because again we've been really stagnant this second half.
Yeah.
So he may want to somehow. This is victory formation.
I was about to say we might take a knee.
Yeah, this is victory formation.
Because they don't have any timeouts left, do they?
Right. They're going to play it
They
smart.
have one.
They have one? Okay.
field charge.
It's their last one.
That's our last timeout.
Yeah, I know people are going to look at this game and say, man, it's 23-14, but, you know, I'm grateful that we have a game like this, so we'll know what we're made of and how do we handle adversity. And I'm sure the coaches are going to see some mistakes. They're going to correct that. And we did make some, I mean, those 2 fumbles, and I hope, you know, Josiah keep his head up. You know, those things happen. It's all about how you bounce back from it, how you respond from it.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
turned the
going
ball
to be
over.
okay.
We've turned the ball over 3 times.
Right.
And if you call the fake punt, really, you almost could say 4 turnovers.
Right.
Gave them the ball in good field position.
Right. Yeah, I just want to make sure Josiah keep his head up. Listen, those things, he's just a sophomore. He's going to learn. And when you make mistakes, it's all about how do you learn from those mistakes and how you get better.
No, that's not a penalty.
No.
Our fans are yelling, it's not a penalty.
No.
They knocked our running back into him.
Right.
Or not running back, it was our receiver, our protector. It's not a penalty. Y'all calm down.
Right.
If my clock assessment is correct, we may have to punt the ball again.
Okay, got an injured player.
So they'll tend to him. We'll take another break. We'll be back here for the conclusion of this game right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, Lickety Loos, Brinkley Financial Group,
Back here at Ron Green Stadium, $1:04 left in this game. Before we get started, any big college games on tap for y'all guys tomorrow?
Yeah, my.
Who's the Blue Hose playing?
They are playing Murray State.
Okay.
They're at Murray State.
Yeah, my son, their team, St. Augustine Falcons, will be traveling to Lenore Ryan tomorrow for a kickoff at 6 p.m. So be his first collegiate football game. He's traveling with the team, and so very proud of him and the Falcons, the Mountie Falcons. So we'll see what. And Lenore Ryan is tough, and so I know that's going to be a good challenge for the Falcons.
I'll correct myself on the clock. This should be it right here.
And Kings Mountain will down it there, and that should do the ball game, guys. Mountaineers make it out of Lawndale, 23-14. Not quite the game we were expecting. You know, we talked about going into this game. We thought how Kings Mountain would just wear them down.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Right.
It didn't. They stayed in this game all. You know,
yeah, I'm going to watch this line. It's very chippy.
I am too. 23 on their side's been real mouthy.
Very chippy. Very chippy.
You take that touchdown that we scored right before the half away.
Very chippy.
And it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, Ethan Guy is not shaking nobody's hand.
No, I mean,
come on. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, but he didn't go all the way through the line.
I just shook his. Well, that's true.
No, you didn't see what we saw.
And he tried to go to the locker room.
Yeah.
Well,
I know he shook some people's hand, but it's just the way. That's why I wanted to watch what we was doing.
Yeah, it's an emotional game.
It's on both sides. It's on both sides. So that's why I'm saying, just making sure we good. He's a good kid. And so, nobody wanted to lose this game, so I understand the emotions.
Let's take a break. We'll be back here to conclude this ball game. Stay with us, KMHS Sports on YouTube right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, Lickety Loos, Brinkley Financial Group,
Mountaineers come out of here with a victory on Upper Cleveland County, 23-14, but it was a hard-fought win. We'll take a break, guys, and just let the band play right quick. Back here, Ron Green Stadium, we conclude this ball game. We'll try to get a word from the coach if we can. Guys, what do we see tonight?
Well, I saw a passionate Burns team. And I know the two players that played for Kings Mountain, they wanted it bad. And you can't knock the passion from Ethan and the passion from Wilson. They wanted it bad. And I love that. When you suit up, you want it bad. And I think, when it came time for our defense to elevate, we elevated. And but this Burns team, they wanted this game. I mean, they hadn't forgotten last year 27-0. And I told you the pregame, when we was at your house, Drew, that Burns would have this game marked. And they gave us everything we wanted. Of course, we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times. But they gave us everything. They put it all out there in the field.
Well, if you had to look for a player of the game from the Burns squad, it's got to be Mooney. I mean, what an amazing athlete.
Yeah. I would say Mooney, and I also would say Wilson. Every time he ran the ball, he ran the ball well. And also, he was in on several tackles. He just played with his heart out there tonight. But Mooney did well tonight as well.
Guys, trying to get a final word from the coach. Any score updates?
I'll give you what I got. Last update we'll give. This is the Farm Bureau 133 West Colwell Banker just-in-time plumbing scoreboard update. West Lincoln 49-13 over Ford. Statesville 22-15 over South Iredale. Drawn 31, East Burke 24, East Gaston 28, Stuart Kramer 14, Watauga 47, Maiden 21, High Brighton 50, West Caldwell 7, Charlotte Christian 41, South Point 29, East Lincoln 28, Leagueton 7, Blacksburg Wildcats, Go Cats 41-34 over Cherryville, 22 for West Meck, 21 for Ashbrook, East Rutherford 26, Newton Conover 22. Crest is up 40-30 over the Shelby Golden Lions. Forest View and Freedom are tied at 19. And the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets win 46-0 over Avery.
Good job.
That's a great job for them. That's our last update for now.
Coaches meeting Probably going to run a little bit. I'm not sure he's got a lot to say. Thank you so much for tuning in to us tonight. You know, we know there's people out of town, Florida, Oklahoma,
Kentucky,
Afghanistan, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Grover. I know somebody listening to us in Grover. Well, he's almost in Grover. He's from Grover. And he sent me a text wanting a video of the dance. But there is no video, and there will not be a video.
Well, whomever this secret gentleman is asking you for it, we need to let him know that for a price, that could happen. Everything is for sale.
Right.
Even Drew's dancing.
Jeff did text me back, and let me tell you what he said about.
I want to hear this before I get off there. I'm going down to talk to my son.
You know, we talked about the wobble last season, and we agreed that if any of us tried it, it would involve ibuprofen.
Yeah.
And a paramedic. We've all probably moved into the waltz area.
The waltz. or the stand and sway, foot to foot, back and forth. All right, man. Love you both. Great game. I'm going down to see my son.
Yes, sir.
See you Wednesday, Drew. No show Wednesday.
No show Wednesday.
So we'll see you guys. I'll see you, Drew, a week from Wednesday.
Yeah, have a good Labor Day.
You do the same. And thank you all for your time and attention, and appreciate you.
So, Jeff, who we have? Coach Cruz?
I don't have them yet.
Okay.
They're still giving instructions going into the bye week.
Gotcha.
Guys, I had to unplug a little bit. I was listening to what Coach was telling the team, and hey, a win's a win.
Yeah, it is.
3-0 going into the bye week is good.
Right.
So give me just a second. We'll see if Coach heads this way.
Okay.
If he doesn't make it, I'll share a little bit what he shared.
And the main thing, too, Jeff, you know, like we said, it's good to have games like this and see where we stand, if we bounce back, how we respond. And I think our defense responded well.
Hey, fellas.
Yes, sir.
I have lost Coach. He has disappeared into the crowd.
No, I think he's down here talking to
another
reporter.
We're just going to look ahead to the coach's show.
Got you.
And Coach was encouraging them. Coach was talking about the leadership things they're building.
Right.
And talked to him about finishing the game all the way. Great first half. We were taking steps, growing. And the team's going to continue to grow as the season gets on.
Most definitely.
So I'm going to sign off here. Enjoyed it, fellas.
Okay, thank you, brother. So, again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Again, we'll be in the bye week next Friday. And be sure to join the coach's show. It will be September the 9th.
Wednesday after
next. No, I'm sorry.
Wednesday after next.
So what was that?
Wait, so Craig gets to take a week off?
You get to take a week off. I get to take a week off.
Nice.
All right, let's go.
Y'all enjoy the holiday.
Guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a presentation of Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, KMHS Sports. Thank you, everybody. Thank all of our spouses. Thank all of the crew, Lamont, Craig, Jeff. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time with more Mountaineer football. Thank you so much.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Brittany Austin and Hewlett Realty, Flooring America, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Allen & Sons Construction, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, Butler's Outdoor Design, JWH Contracting, the Mountaineer football broadcast is brought to you by Gutter Guys, Innovative Pool Designs, King Construction, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Sellers with Allen Tate Realtors, Lickety Loos, Brinkley Financial Group,